And now we double check on the thing. I have to go. It's live actually for once.
Don't you usually have to click the start stream button?
I know, that's why I'm surprised it's
I mean,
actually live.
I never did it with OBS, so Twitch is also live, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Hello, wonderful people.
What's up, all you lovely people at home? It's been a while.
Yeah, he actually exists.
Yeah, I didn't get hit by a Zamboni, a truck, whatever it is that Marlix said to you guys. I am not dead.
Bitten by a rabbit with rabies, I think, was mentioned at a point.
Like every stream, he is like, no, he's dead for this or this reason. It's like really crazy.
Yeah. And it's actually real. It's not hologram. I say as my hand faces
yeah, why you
out.
not touch me? Like,
I promise you, it's real.
Yeah, I am actually real. Trust me. So William, what are we going to do today? Why am I even here?
I don't know. I thought it was fun to. And I know you actually had a bit of time finally. I was just into like make people be aware. Oh, he still exists and is actually.
And what are we going to do today?
We're going to be looking at our basically our tooling, our Swiss code, our reusable code packages that we've been creating over time. And
no, we're not going to flame the project of the other guy. We're going to flame our shared code base.
Wait, also, the question is at that point, what project? Because we've each done a few different projects by now.
Yeah.
So
and I think we can all we can both say with confidence the faults in every project.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's a lot of flaming when, like, if I make a project and I flame on my own project, but he also flames on the same things, I don't think that's really flaming. I think it's just the truth by then.
It's just deconstructing the thing. But yeah, I don't think I don't have the plan at least to bring up any of our different projects.
Tier list code. How would you even tier list that though?
Tier list code bases of our projects.
Oh. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's
no offense, but I think mine's probably going to be higher and.
Yeah, you just care more.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I don't know how to say it better than, but you just care more.
Fortunately, it's S tier. No, I think that one is just F tier.
No, I think it's S from straight to the gulag.
Yeah, something like that, basically.
No, the thing is, let's just say Fortunity is F tier, and let's throw Jamie under the bus then.
I mean, to be fair, most of my complaints with Fortunity is the grids and the resources.
Which were made by Jamie.
No offense to him. But
poor guy.
To be fair, we also kind of threw him into it.
Yeah.
And we also never said, like, maybe we should refactor this before it was too late.
Talking about refactoring, do you like it?
Like refactoring?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do. It's my weekly hobby.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I have a feeling like I have a code base. I think it's shitty, and I just I like live with it. That's it. And then I hear you just like, I didn't like having to type these extra 2 characters, so I rewrote everything, and I'm like,
not what? For 2 characters. But for example, in my current project, multiplayer, I was giving along the client IDs the entire time. And then I had to manually fetch the player that belongs to that client ref and then check inventory. And I just made a struct that I can send. That's just, again, only the client ID. And then I can just get, give me the character from it. Give me its inventory. And I no longer have to manually do all those checks. And that was why I refactored today, just to make usability.
Yeah. You know, earlier today I saw the scheduled stream, and I was like, holy crap. I saw the title, I saw the thumbnail, I was like, this is the biggest nerd stream I've ever heard of in my life. And what's even worse is that, well, I'm also hosting it, which says a lot about me, I guess. But also, it says a lot about chat.
The fact people are still showing up to it's like, oh, you're going to talk about code.
Yeah,
they just want our secrets.
Wait, the Twitch stream title isn't updated.
The Twitch one needs to be manually updated every
fair
time.
Point. Thank you.
That's a good call out. I will fix that. We're gonna be way more interesting than prototyping a game. Whoever does that.
Have you
How do I-
seen the streams Marnik zit on the prototyping?
Yeah, which one?
I mean, just in general. Like,
Just in
have you
general?
seen a couple of them?
Yeah. I sometimes
like
put
it?
yeah. Sometimes I put it open and then I judge him for for the code quality.
Oh, okay. Poor
It's
guy.
just like, ooh, if I were to do that, and then it just. But I also put it like in a corner on my third screen. Oh wait, can I know? Do we have a description?
How many devs did it take to keep a Twitch stream running? I mean, 0. I mean, it's already running. The
We-
title is just incorrect.
We deep diving into our code packages with the elusive promise. Dumb.
What does elusive mean?
It's like the elusive it's like, have you ever played the old Pokemon games where the Pokemon kept running away?
Yeah.
That's elusive.
I wish I could run away.
No, elusive is like, it's real, but it's like very hard to see or to catch, or
Oh,
like
yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
stream often, hence you're being elusive.
Okay. I
Um,
get it. So let's not keep the people waiting too
Yeah.
much longer. So we made Swiss code. You already said Swiss code is basically our reusable code packages. And why did we even make it? Let's maybe first start.
It started all the way. We started with Swiss code quite early. I think, was it already for like the first 4 changes didn't have it. But I think after 4 changes, we immediately already made a Swiss code package for reusable coding. But it was just like one massive package that had everything in it, and it was kind of bloated and not. There was also no versioning. There was no easy way to update it without breaking everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe let's start with versioning, because I think that's when we talk about Swiss code, we are talking about Swiss code in its current state. But what William is mentioning is that when we got started, we basically already had Swiss code, but Swiss code was just one Unity package, and it just got permanently updated, but we didn't do versioning. So that meant if I updated something in a game later on, that would mean the code base from 2 games ago would probably break if there were breaking changes.
Yeah.
So William started refactoring and also started splitting it up.
I had fun.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, William is a sucker for these kind of things, I think.
Yeah, I think I started it basically for Kyoto Anomaly. Yes. At that point we were like, we also had an issue every time we had to update Swiss code. Everything just broke. Thomas is closing the door. So everything just broke because we had Odin inspector into it. I still have it now when I update Swiss code core that Odin breaks, but what I now do, I find an easy fix is just I create an assembly definition, I remove the assembly definition, and it just works again. But yeah, it was not nice to work with anymore. So now I had fun and created like a different package for. We have the core package, which contains every little thing that gets used by everything else, and just quick like code snippets and such, extension methods. And then we have a package for every specific goal as well. For example, audio is its full package, networking has a package, input has a package, Steam has its own package with our wrappers in it and such.
Okay, so when people see this, the first thing that probably pops into mind is, do I even need this, or do you even need this?
Probably not.
Yeah, to what extent is this over-engineered? Maybe let's start there so people know that this is not something you should necessarily do at home.
If you do something like this, one package can be handy to have, like a core package with reusable code. But to be fair, that could very well just be something that you drag and drop into every project as well. For us, it's just easier to do. It's just easier to do because we have a lot of code and we do a lot of different genres. If you do the same genre, you just copy paste everything. But in our case, I sometimes have code that you don't need at all as its own package, and then
So why don't we just copy paste things between projects?
Because then it's also hard, like if you want to update something. So for example, you run into a bug and you're like, hey, fix this bug, or you fix it yourself. You can do that, can update it, you can use a new version. and I can still use the old version. If we drag and drop, if you fix a bug, I then have to recopy paste it. But if I also change it on my end, and it's like,
Yeah. So Sinuskis asks, so you have to import everything into Unity on its own. Can you maybe show how we import it?
yeah, it's quite easy. Did I open the project?
You opened a
Yes,
project.
I did.
Okay, perfect.
Of course, I'm going to use a different project because this is the one that has it embedded.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's not a good example. So I'll open Mate Cafe. But yeah, can you first go over how you do save? That's one of the packages we haven't made yet.
Yeah, so we have a save package. I don't know how we used to call it. It was from the old source code. Is what we call it.
Yeah.
So we kind of have it, but we also kind of don't have it. Is this a custom tool or something similar to GitLab? No, basically it's just a lot of Unity code and plugins that we use in our daily routine, basically, to create games.
Yeah, and it is hosted on a self-hosted GitLab.
Yeah.
With an npm repository, and it's basically Unity packages are npm API.
Yeah.
So if I go to asset management, no, that's not asset management, package management, the package manager. I'm gonna first quickly check if there's nothing in there that's something I can't. Okay, no, I think I can.
Yeah, I think
show
you can
all of it.
Yeah.
And then over here, so normally when you have your assets and you import them into Unity, you go to your My Assets. But we have a custom register scope that we added, and it contains a reference to all our assets basically that we've built. And there you can then just easily, I want to remove our agent, which is our pathfinding wrapper. I want to add the audio manager because I haven't added that one yet. I can just click install, and it'll automatically add it into the project like a normal Unity package would be.
Yeah, maybe the audio one is a good thing. Do you have open changes?
In our current project, nope.
Okay, because maybe what I was going to say is, what if we install it and we show the core ID behind the packages, like using the settings and so on? Because that maybe shows the flow we try to follow, because I think audio is one of the more fleshed out ones, right?
Yep.
So we just hit install, wait for a second, because
we wait for Unity as we always do.
How much time do you just wait on your PC?
Do
you want to calculate the cost?
There's a Unity asset store asset that adds like a tracker for it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and it's like
fun.
an overview of how much time you've wasted waiting for something.
Wow, I don't know how to feel about that.
I'm just going to ignore that one.
Yeah, ignore it for now.
So we've now added the audio assets package. We work with configuration files. Some don't have configuration file, but sometimes we want to configure something. And the way it works is if I go to Bite Me Games, Swiss code settings, it'll open in our project settings contains a reference. It's basically scriptable objects that are then like represented in the project settings as well, so you can easily configure things from one place.
I think you have to do it in Twitch itself.
Can I? Okay, let's Twitch my boys. Can we?
David, you're a fakey. Bye bye.
How do I?
Are you? What? Are you?
I don't know.
But normally you can.
I don't do Twitch.
Block?
Block, yeah.
Prevent them from sending you whispers, hosting. I think you can. I don't know if they can still. Or do /ban.
/ban.
And then the name. David 23. All right. Bye bye. So what we were saying, back to the Swiss code audio. You were going over the scriptable objects, just so you can catch your drift again.
So we've got our settings. We've imported audio, and then we can go to settings. In here, we can now just configure like, what audio types will our game have, because usually it's just SFX music. But sometimes you have ambient, sometimes you have dialogue, sometimes so you can add them here, which are strings. But I dislike magic strings. But this will get turned into, we'll run a code generator as well so that we can reference it as if we were referencing an enum from code.
Yeah, it just uses string constants behind the scenes.
Yep. So you have a massive big register audio types button to then like generate them. So for example, let's also add a dialogue one. Dialogue, register audio types. And we now have 3 channels for each audio type. And then we can choose which one is actually relevant. We have 2 types of channels as well. So SFX are just like play an audio clip, play an audio clip, play an audio clip. But sometimes you want to have playlists. So for example, fading music tracks and such, the main menu music, or you want to have a day-night ambient track. So in this case, these channels would be like this configured. And then we have extra settings for each channel, of course, because sometimes you want to have different pitches. Sometimes it's just a funny one to say because it's the P is like if I use a hard B, it's just
I was like,
so indeed, this is how I create the audio groups basically for a game. I then can configure it.
Yeah, and I think if you just drag a sound into the playlist, it basically already works, right?
Yeah, it should.
I don't know if you have any decent.
No,
I also don't know if you share sound and so on.
Yeah, there should be audio, but I don't have any.
Yeah, it's no
audio clips, so I'm not gonna showcase that one. But it would also work with crossfade. It has all of that already implemented. I will just disable this for now.
Are we a bit silent, the rest of chat? Because someone is saying that we are not super easy to understand.
Yeah, and we want to make sure if it's...
I mean, normally I think it goes a bit in the orange, so I think you can raise it a little.
I boosted it a tiny bit.
Like 1 dB or so.
So, but I also don't want to put it all the way up if...
Crank it.
If
your
audio is just turned down.
But yeah, so basically this alone is enough setup, and then you can easily call from your codebase audio manager about play one shot or whatever it's called, the API, and that's basically it.
And now I can technically just go to, let's say for example, button feel update on pointer down. Is it? No, it's my writer still indexing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Volume.
Yeah, it's a bit silent.
Okay.
Right, I put it all the way up.
Yeah, it's now on the normal.
I can also check in here. Can I boost it in here? I can still boost it over here as well if need be. So now I can say audio manager. Oh, that's the wrong audio manager. SFX dot.
No, it uses string constant.
Yeah, audio.
Did you generate it yet? I don't think you generated it yet.
No, it should have. Well, it might not have generated it.
I'm not sure.
Sorry, it's been a while since I've used it, so I need to remember.
Done audio yet?
Yeah, I've not added it yet because we don't have audio yet.
This feels kind of unwieldy.
Define unwieldy.
Yeah, because
did it generate it yet? If not, I might have.
Because what it basically does is it handles a lot of things in the background for you.
Audio, let's generate it.
What does the process look like when you're updating a package? So you push it, then there's an update available. You go to the package manager and you just click update. That's it.
This feels kind of unwieldy. No, I just made a utils clap place an audio clip from resources by string. Well, first of all, I feel, is that not in Unity as well? The thing is, can you pause your audio? Can you
change volume?
Change volume, yeah, spatial,
all
of that. It's also, we're using pooled audio sources, so that's something that's also done by the package. It automatically pulls audio for you.
Will you continue the Godot farming game?
I don't know, maybe. Now I should be able to base audio manager, then SFX, audio type.
No, audio, I think. Just
Is it just audio? Yeah, it's just audio. So as you can see, we now have an audio class with 4 constants, the ones that have been the 3 that have been defined, and then master. So I want to play an SFX, and I can then just say play insert audio clip here. I don't have one loaded here.
imagine that's an audio clip.
Yeah.
And that's it. And the nice thing here is that you call this, and what it does behind the scenes is basically handle things like, hey, you have, for example, your master volume a bit lower, a bit higher. You have your sound effects only a bit higher, lower. It manages those audio channels for you, basically. And it's and the idea is basically the entire reason we do something like Swiss Code is so we have our own interface defined on how we want to talk with certain components. And for example, audio is just pure code that William wrote, but other packages might rely on third-party assets. So if they change their APIs, we only have to change our wrapper to accommodate for that instead of having to change everything in our code, basically. I don't know if that makes sense what I just said, but it's basically it's basically a wrapper for us, and we always talk to that interface. And very rarely, for example, for the agent package, we use A star. Probably very rarely you talk directly to A star.
Yeah. So another handy thing that we currently have done, of course, is when you play a clip, you receive a struct, which is just a handle referring to the actual clip being played, and then you can still configure the clip before it's being played or while it's being played and such. And it's just all, handled pretty nicely. Sure, can you do it manually by just having an audio source assigned to your object and then doing it that way? Yeah, you can. But this allows us to be more performant because we use pooling, which we wouldn't be able to use otherwise. And it just gives a lot more configuration options for code-wise. A lot of our assets are focused so that we can do a lot of things in code.
After all, we're programmers, though.
Because that's what we're good at.
Yeah.
That I tell myself, at least.
What's more important, VFX or SFX? That's a really hard question to answer, Hugo. Because
depends.
Yeah, it depends what kind of game you're making. And also, I mean, in the end, everything is important because they both contribute to game feel. So you can have one great and the other meh. Yeah, like it just will feel off if you don't have both at a certain level. So
yeah, you need good VFX, but they help each other. Like you can have a very nice impact animation and such, but if there's no sound, it's just gonna be like, where's the sound? But you can have such a great sound, but if there's no impact animation,
it's like a multiplier. It's like you need both sides of the maalteken, of the product sign, whatever.
I don't think it's a good way to say it in Dutch. I think, but yeah, you need both they both elevate each other to a higher level. But yeah, what makes a simulator game stand out from all the others? I assume you're talking about Maid Cafe Simulator. Well, the big thing would be there we have a higher focus on actually interacting with customers, and it's not just customer walks in, sits down, and orders. No, you actually have to like, okay, which table are you going to set to the customers, take their order, and like you have to interact with them to make them feel at home, as opposed to just like, oh, here food, please get out.
Yeah, and I always go on record saying that setting is not something that makes you unique, or shouldn't be something that makes you unique, but it kind of is in this game.
It helps.
Yeah, because the setting is pretty unique. There's no similar game like that in this genre where you manage specifically a maid cafe, and in that case, that works pretty good.
Brento, I've always used Fmod, so does this utilize the base Unity audio displays with play audio at point, or is there an assigned audio sources? It uses base Unity audio, and it has a pool of audio sources so that whenever you ask the SFX like, oh, I'm gonna play this one, the handle I'll return have an audio source assigned to it, which you can then configure through the handle. And then at the end, when the clip is done, it'll release the handle automatically. Unless you call it looping, because you can also play something looped. So it's fully just normal Unity audio. You can use mixer groups, audio mixers, but it's also not required. So we try to keep our dependencies on other assets to the minimum. Just because I like writing my own code. I can do it better than them, I say. So yeah, that's an example of using one of our packages. It's all we try to I try to make it so that most of the settings are in a scriptable object, so you can just edit that and it'll persist into your game. Because all I've done is basically add the package, configure the scriptable object, and that's it. I don't need to do anything else.
Yeah,
and it should just work.
Yeah, if you just want background music, for example, you don't even need to write code. You just go there and you say, this is my playlist. These are my 10 or whatever soundtracks.
Which scenes are it active in?
Yeah, and then you can also randomize it or not and those things. And it just handles everything like fading, everything. So it gives a, like, you can always, you can write it on your own. You can like copy paste it, but now we have a good starting baseline. And the nice thing is that everything is overridable. So behavior, one of the things that we decided to do was when we make an asset, if I want to change it, but it's not like generic enough, but specific for my game, I want to be able to easily override it so that I can still tweak it to my liking.
A lot of it is just virtual.
Yeah.
Just because of like, I don't know if you need to be able to override this, but if you want, you can. Just to have that option. Show me a senior level program and I'll show you someone who always believes they can do it better than anything on the asset store.
I don't think we can necessarily do it better than anything on the asset store, but I think we can do it more to our way. That's the only.
Do it good enough that works for us.
Yeah.
And also dependent on what kind of assets we're talking about. Because for example, inverse kinematics, I'm not doing that on my own. I can't do that as well as an asset would ever be able to do. But it's just, most cases it's like, oh, that looks neat. And then I just look at it, it's like, no, this can't be that hard. But for example, the A-star pathfinding package is another one that we use because it's just that good. It's well battle tested. It has a lot of optimizations in it. And sure, I can write my own A-star system. I've done that like at least 5 times by now. But I don't think I will be able to do it as well as they do, and their code is good. It's usable, it's extensible. Because that's another issue sometimes with assets where the code is not.
New 100
like,
donation from K.
Change this and then
TGS.
Kind of just can't.
Hey, Kerry, what a homie. I mean, Marnix is going to be really happy. Thank you so much. But for those who don't know, there's a new Tokyo game show goal. It's basically for Marnix to go to Tokyo. And
just get a lost soul to the city and then they'll make content there.
Basically, the goal is pay for the train ride because it's damn expensive.
Yeah, pay for the train ride and you'll get a bet stream from him.
Yeah.
Where he's in Tokyo.
I'm not there this time, sorry guys. Otherwise, it's return of the original bet stream. But yeah, thank you so much.
Again, so should we publish a playtest before a demo, and should we publish them only on Steam or also on itch? You can do both, but depends. Do you think your game needs polishing and bug fixes and a lot of feedback? Then you should do a playtest. A demo is something when your demo is for showing off and selling your ID, your full game. It should not be for testing things. If there are bugs in your demo, that's not an issue. If there are game-breaking bugs or like design flaws in your demo, then you should not have released a demo. Then it should have been a playtest. You want to get feedback and such in playtest and actually only use a demo when you're certain of it. And if you're wanting to go for a playtest, you can do it both on Steam. Steam has a playtesting feature, but you can also use itch. Either works. You can do both.
How you do your playtest I honestly don't care. You can do it via Steam. They have their own playtesting tool. You can do it on itch. True.
USB sticks in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, I don't know if you'll have a lot of success, but in general, how you do that, just make sure you do it before you do a demo, especially if you're making a mechanic heavy game. If you're making like unicycle pizza time, you don't necessarily need a playtest. But if you're making Maid Cafe Simulator, you probably need a playtest because balancing is hard. You have multiplayer that you probably want to battle test a bit. There are a lot of moving parts. So that's like think about your genre and think what your game needs. But usually you should do a playtest, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and then the scale also depends. Like if it's a smaller game, you can get away with just playtesting some friends and such. But if it's a larger game like this one, we will have a playtest eventually.
What is the best way to gather wishlist without a demo? Honestly, if you don't have your game up yet, it's hard because usually you do content creator push, but then they need something playable. And if you don't even have a demo, you probably don't have a creator ready build. So if that's all of the tables, I would probably say trailer, but nothing compares to actually getting a demo or a build live and putting it into content creator hands. That's the only, well, not the only, but like the best way, at least for small indies, to market their games. And if you want wish lists, make sure you have like a build, and a couple of weeks before a Steam Next Fest or before you actually put your game live, make sure you send it out and that they can access it already, because they will, if they cover it, usually grow your wishlist wishlist number quite a bit. Yeah, marketing your game with no money is actually not that hard. It's just so not fun.
It's time consuming.
Yeah.
If you don't have money, you have to spend time.
Yeah.
And time is money. So
yeah, because for example, we for every game that we release, we have like a giant Excel list of content creators in the genre that basically could cover our game, and then a couple of weeks before release, Marnix is the bot who just sends it out to all of them
and just asks us like, please get some more emails because he hits the limit.
And we are not talking about 5 or 10, we're talking about hundreds. And you need to do that if you want to have a chance, because a lot of people, first of all, don't read their email. When was the last time you read your email?
I get notifications.
Okay.
So I check it daily.
Okay. Well, he's an exception. A lot of people don't read their email, I think. And even if they read it, they probably either think you're spamming and they just click it away. That's what I do. Or they just ignore it. So, yeah, especially, what you're saying is true, Kevin Lee. Time spent on marketing is time away from developing, but at some point, it is better to market your game than develop. You can have a mediocre game with good marketing, and you will sell better than when you have a great game with no marketing. On average, there are exceptions. Like you can be the diamond in the rough that just explodes out of nowhere. But if you think you are that guy, like I don't know how many people are watching, but all of them are thinking that, and you should not think that. You should just.
You can't assume that will happen.
Yeah, you have to get really lucky, and if luck is your strategy, you don't have a strategy.
I do want to point out, time spent on marketing is time away from developing, of course, but it's not time away from game development, because marketing is a part of game development.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Which some people sometimes seem to forget or want to forget. It's like, oh, but that's not my issue.
Yeah.
It kind of really is.
Yeah. Being a game developer means you have to wear a lot of hats, and just so happens that marketing is one of them. Yeah. Also, Mr. Just Reborn, thank you for the follow on Twitch.
Yeah. Soccer Axel, is it worth to release updates early to content creators in post-release? I do not think, I don't think it's worth it, unless it's like a massive overhaul and a DLC release, something really big that you want to have that marketing push for. But I don't think you'll gain much from doing releasing updates early to content creators.
Yeah, if it's something that was vital to your core game loop, you messed up, bro.
Yeah, it should have already been there on release.
Yeah, and if it's just a bug fix because you saw their video and it doesn't work, yeah, of course you can push it up. But it should probably only be bug fixes.
I'm just trying to think, if you have that, also then you might have the issue that people who are watching who already have the game is like, oh, new update, we'll check it out, they'll update the game or like install the game, and it's like, oh, where is the update? And then you're kind of just, your existing user base, you're kind of shafting them.
No.
So I don't think you'll gain much from it, and you'll probably piss more of people off. I have a development hat. I wear it when coding and nothing else. I don't even have a hat. Do I have a hat? I don't have a hat here.
I mean, it's just being cut off from the streamer.
I'll just sit up so it's like, yeah, I have a hat, but
Yeah, you just can't see it. Oh, the camera goes really high.
yeah, it kind of goes higher than
you expected.
I'm tall, but not that tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Code. We were talking about code.
Yeah, that's what I said like before the stream. How long till we get distracted?
This is fun. People will need to talk and get to know us and show us your save system.
Haha.
I don't have one in here yet, so.
But do you know the URL to documentation I once made for the save system? I assume not.
No.
Safeguards?
Safeguard.python games.
With an F, I think. Or what? I don't remember.
I don't know. I do not have it linked.
Do we have it in?
I don't know. But yeah, I can probably pull it up in. The thing is, a lot of
Guild
it's
Architect.
really dependent. I think Guild Architect, of course, we'll show you the Guild Architect one. Do I have the code? Actually, I don't think I have the code. Oh wait, can I just go through GitLab?
Yeah, is it clear?
I think it's just mostly one file that contains most of it. So I see a lot of questions. Go entertain them.
All right. Show us the mates. Well, sorry, Mike, you have to wait for a bit. People want to see code. I think I think it's a bit of a difference in the audience.
I mean,
this is a difficult question, but you guys know how to efficiently animate 3D grass, like grass prefab space in a world with good performance. Okay, first things first. William is doing this for the memes, but he's kind of right.
This is how you animate grass. You go on the asset store.
Yeah, but that's one way to see it. But like, if you actually want to do something like that, the best way to do it is with a shader. Don't you say prefabs? Don't do that. It's hella not performant. You are asking to have like 1 FPS on an RTX 5090, so don't do that. I think on YouTube you can find a lot of tutorials where they talk about grass shaders, and that's actually the way you need to look. Like there are several.
I need to link this to Marnix. Daddy Marnix needs to swipe his credit card for me. Sorry, you continue.
Okay. Do you have a package for pooling? That would be sweet to check out. First of all, maybe we didn't make this clear from the start. Swiss code is something we use internal. So even if we had one, we couldn't give it to you. I mean, we could, but we won't. But we don't have a package specifically for pooling. What we usually do is we have pooling, for example, for the audio sources, it's implemented there.
Yeah. The thing is, if you're using Unity, Unity has something for the pooling. It has the interfaces and just already prepared. So you can make one a generic one, but it's not a lot of work because Unity already has that kind of built-in, which I think I just go to audio pool.
Yeah, component pool.
This is my audio pool. It's just Unity's interface, so it's a very easy one. Show me your save. I'm trying to get there, but I keep getting distracted with grass.
But if we had the docs, we could. I mean, like we can't show you. I mean, we can show you the code, but you won't be able to copy it. But basically, I'll explain to you how it worked. So what we did was basically we worked on an attribute based. So you had a property, you just put an attribute saved on it, and that means it was saved. And it worked for lists as well, but it did not work for us. There was a limit.
Dictionaries?
No.
No, you wrote the serialized dictionary one, so.
Yeah. No, I think it just worked for everything. Just properties.
It just worked.
Yeah, I think it was all right. It had some flaws, but it was all right. This is not.
This is the core of the save one.
Oh yeah, yeah. So basically, what we did is we had a save manager, and it just there was an interface you could implement. It gave you a callback for where the save or a load was actually implemented, and then in general you just had to place a saved attribute on it. Maybe go to the code base from Guild Architect again.
Yes.
And if you go to the
Oh.
adventurer or something like
So
something
it's
that would have it.
scripts, adventures, adventurer.
Let me see. So that's oh no, because for
Modules.
adventure we had those modules
So
and data.
a module will do the personality module.
Like a couple of days ago, I booted Guild Architect again, and I forgot how much we actually had in there already.
Oh yeah, we went.
We had a lot.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at it, I was like, oh damn, this is a whole lot.
It takes a lot.
Okay, let's take something else.
I don't have the projects, so I
Unity.
can't check
Yeah,
it.
and it takes ages to install Unity projects.
Citizen. Oh, maybe in the Citizen Manager. No. I'll
We
keep
just
looking.
didn't save it. Yeah, William is looking. Do you make your own character controllers? It depends. It really depends on what we what kind of game we are making. For example, I think Overtime Anomaly, Kyoto Anomaly, and Maid Cafe don't have their own controls. It just uses a Unity character controller because their movement is not the gameplay loop. But for example, if you make a Unicycle Pizza Time or any other Rage game where movement is vital, then yes, we make our own controllers. Because in the end, you have to identify what is important for your game. And would Overtime Anomaly be a better game if it had custom written character controller? No, probably it would be worse. Hey, you found it.
I found one, the Time Manager.
Bro, you serialized everything. Yeah, it's usually because we want to see some. I think this was before we used Odin.
No, because I saw box group. There's box group and such.
So but we also had the naughty attributes.
Yeah, but this box group is all Odin.
Ah, okay. Well, it's probably so we could edit it. I assume then.
A lot of its configuration we can do. Yeah.
Yeah. Singletons, yay or nay? Yay for certain things, nay for certain things. For example, here you see the time manager is a singleton. We have our own mono singleton class. It comes from Swiss code, and that just handles it, and it's pretty good. So yeah, but Rohan Anthony, you finally saw it. This is our save system. We place this, and it gets saved as a JSON.
And it just works.
And it just works. And then for like the I onload completed is an extra callback you have, and that you can basically use to, hey, I saved something. Now I want to do something with it. So you have a callback method there. For example, what we do there is we trigger some extra events.
Yeah, basically to let them to update the systems. Like, okay, this is our new time system.
Yeah.
Our now new current time.
We once had the idea to make an asset out of it. That's why I was like, hey, do you know the documentation? Because I wrote documentation for it, and then after a while we were like, first of all, damn, the asset source sucks for releasing things. You have to wait like 3 months before you can actually release your asset. And I was like, we don't like that. And second of all, by that time we realized how stupid a lot of people are, and we were like, we don't want to be tech support for all these people. Like, even if we ask like a $5 or whatever for the code base, we don't want to be tech support and be like, hey, my save system is not serializing this entire network behavior or whatever correctly. And we're like, yeah, I don't want it.
I can. So it's just you have a mesh from Blender, and I'm not using a terrain in Unity, so most shaders wouldn't work. Then you'll have to look at switching to a terrain, I think, because I don't know if there's any other. There might be other ways, but I don't know if there's any.
Unity terrain allows you to place meshes on your terrain with the brush, so maybe something like that.
So you might have to switch words on my switch to a terrain or something, because I have no experience with this, so I can't really help you there.
People are talking about the OPSIF character controller.
Yeah,
you know it.
I've seen it pass.
We used it for the first prototype we made ever. You remember?
I don't know. Are you talking about the not so epic 3D adventure thing? I don't know. I barely touched it. I don't even remember anything about it.
It was very epic.
Any code for it.
It was very epic. I think in general it's fine. It's just
that's a lot. A lot of the issues with assets like that. It's just it works if you do it exactly as they intend you to use it. But the moment you don't need everything, the moment you do something different, the moment you want to do it your own kind of way, you're going to start fighting more against That's an issue I had with, for example, top-down engine, songs I've never made. I was fighting top-down engine a lot more than I was gaining news from it, I think.
Yeah.
At a
Well,
certain point, I was just like, I should have written this myself.
how we experienced basically was we had a massive boost in the first week because you could get something
Yup,
up and
it
running
was-
really quick. But then we were like, okay, now we want to have it behave exactly like this. And then from starting from there, we actually had like less productivity than if we would have made it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like I think assets like that are great to prototype your game and to see, is my core gameplay loop fun? Like
Yeah, continue.
yeah, for example, if you were to make a 2D platformer and you were like, okay, I want to test certain things because you have a cool, unique mechanic in your mind, you can really quickly prototype it because you easily have a movement implemented and collisions and blah, 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 blah. But once you create it, you have to think once again, is that your core selling point of your game? Then you should probably not use an asset. Because, for example, Unicycle Pizza Time, we would have never used an asset even if it existed for the movement, because the entire idea of the game is the movement.
Yeah.
And if you don't distinguish yourself on that front, what the hell are you doing, bro? You're making slop. You're part of the problem.
And on the other hand, is if it's not that important enough, you might be able to get away with just using the obsessive thing. But if it's just like, oh, you just need to move around,
Oh,
a
yeah.
basic bare bones character controller is so easy to write.
Yeah. Or just ask ChatGPT.
Yeah. Or just go to Unity and have like just take their built-in example. Because the current one that we have in Maid Cafe Simulator is based on the one. It's already way more than whatever they had in the asset, but it started from their 3D starter asset pack. So
Yeah. Are you guys doing the Bite Me Games Award show this year? Honestly, I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
We
I know
haven't
nothing.
talked about it because last time we talked about it was in December, like a week after we've done it, and when Marnix was very tilted because basically we had this great award show set up. We did a lot of effort, and then we had like a pretty alright-ish stream, and then the week after that, he basically made a ranting video. I don't remember what the rant was about, and he got more views, and then he was like, yeah, I'm not going to do all this effort again to just have a mediocre stream. So I'm not sure, because it was a lot of effort. We got sponsors, we gave real cash prizes. It was really cool, but
it's also logistics.
Yeah.
Because
if Marnix is in
Yeah.
Japan, yeah, fair.
It's just that's I think already a big one. It's like how would we manage it then? Because then if it's like, oh, you just come to Belgium for like the stream and for like a week, but then we have to factor that into our cost of making the show, and it's already like,
yeah,
it's.
I mean, that means you're not gonna have a wage for a month if he comes to Belgium.
I'll rather than go to Japan.
Yeah, Marnix is indeed researching maid cafes right now.
That's why he's not on stream.
Do you maybe want to cover this question, or do you want to go me to go?
Maybe Lammeris. Hi guys, how long before release of you release a demo if your core ID is completely unique and too tempting to replicate? Cheers from Brussels. I will already tell you, most likely, if you think your ID is that unique and too tempting to replicate, I don't think it'll be the case. Most of the times, the projects do get copied and then like re-released as slop in other stores and such. That happens, but that mostly happens after your game already has proven its success. An ID is on its own is not worth much, and even if you have an ID, everyone will implement it in a different way.
Yeah.
Like if you just get like 10 studios, give them each a GDD, no visuals, but just GDD, like this is this. They'll each produce a different game.
Yeah, there are a lot of moving parts in a game, and even if you like, one of the things we never shied away from was at a very early stage, tell everyone what we are making.
Yo.
Because if we were saying while we were working on Guild Architect, for example, we were very early with it because we made like, did we make a demo? I don't even remember. But we were very open about it, and it was like, yeah. And then a couple of months later, we got this message. It's like, guys, I found someone who's made Guild Architect before you guys. And then we looked at it, it was like, this is not our vision.
Yeah.
And we just, whoop, gone. And
yeah.
like, there is no way you can explain a game to me. Like, if you try to explain a game to me, there's no way I can replicate it how it is in your head. Because even if
I
like,
don't know if that's just more about me or you.
I don't want the point to be about me or you. I just
Yeah,
want it to be the
yeah,
idea
sorry.
behind it. But like in general, it's like look at The Witcher and Skyrim. Very different games, but they could have very much like the same core idea behind them. And
Fantasy,
yeah,
a medieval high fantasy fighting game where you can do melee and mage
yeah.
combat.
But assuming you can, you actually do have the ID, Medi, then honestly, I think you should still not worry about it. And if you do worry about it, just release it at a time that you know no one else can beat me to market to it if they see it now and work tirelessly till the release. So if you say, my game is a year of work to replicate, then you can release it a year in advance. If it's a small game and it's like I think someone can copy it in like 2 weeks, then probably just do it 2 weeks in advance if you really worry about it. But in general, I just wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were talking about our save system. So yeah, the way our save system works is basically you just kind of throw an attribute on it, and it'll find that in the save system. It'll search for all the behaviors in the game, find all objects of that type, and it'll check if one of the properties has the attribute assigned to it.
Yeah, one of the downsides from this system is it's pretty slow. But I think we tried it with like Guild Architect and so on. We never noticed it. It was like save and it was instantly done. And I think for some games, saving for a couple of seconds is even fine. Because you usually have like the spinning icon. At some point, this might break. Like if you have 20 million objects you are tracking, it will be slow. But yeah, for now, we never had any issues with this.
But yeah, for example, I don't use this in Kyoto Anomaly because our save system is just there's barely anything being saved. I don't think we even have a save file for Kyoto Anomaly.
Do you just do it in player prefs or?
Yeah, the settings are player prefs and everything else is just player prefs.
Yeah, okay, fair.
So Overtime Anomaly had a save file, but again, it's just like a small JSON file.
Yeah, I mean, this would generate basically a JSON file, but
well, yeah, but the thing is, like, I also knew when I was saving, but I knew which data I had to save.
That's once again maybe a good example of use the tools that are appropriate for your use case, because this is so overkill for what you just explained. But for example, for Guild Architect, where you could have like 100 adventurers that each needed it to be saved because they all have their own unique, traits and so on. Yeah, then you need to have something more robust because you're just saving a lot more. How are you doing versus the code police? Honestly, we haven't had anyone policing us.
Nope.
All of us were like, oh.
Closest we've got was like, oh god, you serialize everything.
Yeah.
But most of the files of variables that are being serialized were like things you want to be able to configure quickly.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe the closest thing to the code police was, couldn't you just do this easier?
Oh well.
But boy, do we have a story for you.
If we would do things the easy way, we would not have the entire Swiss code package. We would have just one little package.
Yeah, or we would have no package and copy paste.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What is your next game to release? Honestly, we don't know yet. We have games we are working on, but we don't have set release dates for them. We are aiming, for example, for Maid Cafe. We don't have a specific date, but we want to participate in this Steam Next Fest in October, I think. And that's all we can say.
Yeah. Rowan Antin, I still think the sound system could be way simplified. Sure, but then I lose my utility. Then I lose my extra features. I have a lot of features built in because of its robustness. And sure, it's overkill for a one-time project use. But it's a package that we can use for all of different projects. I think you start a new project, within a day you can have like an audio setup and such with audio pooling and
within 5 or 10 minutes. Don't say a
so
day.
even better, within 5 or 10 minutes he can have that entirely set up, and he doesn't even have to do any, like, he doesn't have to create audio sources, he doesn't have to configure them, he just has to create, like, configure the one scriptable object.
No, and that's auto-generated.
Yeah, but you want to define your channels and such.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to
Your
configure the schedule.
settings.
Yeah.
You have to. You don't have
Yeah.
to create it. It's
So,
always there.
For example, when I was working artifacts of the content, one of the first thing I did was import it, set it up. I had music, and
Yeah.
that was like 5 to 10 minutes work. It was like, all right, which songs? I spent more time searching for the songs than I spent on the code because it was just import, drag.
Yep. And like handling and such, and
But yeah,
sure you can do it simpler, but then
Yeah.
you lose out those features.
yeah, because for example, something we didn't show is we have like an easy to use method that's like set up this slider to change the volume of this channel.
Yeah.
So for in your settings, that you can say master volume down and up, and it calculates behind the scene what is the actual volume now if you combine those two, and it's like you give it a slider and that's it. It does the saving in player prefs, it does the loading, all of that is handled. So it's like that's the lazy way to do things.
No, it as Todd Howard would say, it just works.
Except when it doesn't.
And then you just complain to me, so it doesn't take that much more time for you because you just tell me to fix it.
Scale
but
of
yeah.
1 to 10, how much has ChatGPT and AI changed your game dev life?
I would say a 4 or 5. It has a noticeable impact, but mostly because my rubber ducky now talks back to me. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's probably a 10 out of 10 because it just doesn't make typos, and I do.
Fair enough.
Like, I remember when we were working on the same project, one of the things he would completely like flame on me. Well, not really flame, but like banter and be like, bruh, is like when I made typos because I just,
Oh,
I can't type fast enough for what I want to be on the screen. Like when we worked on group projects, I was speaking out loud, type this, and William was just typing, and that was pro teamwork. And now I just do the same without typos. So AI for me is great.
waiting for someone to set up your AI assistant to make typos now. That's when AI starts learning from the from their user. But yeah, it's good, but it's a tool. It remains a tool for me.
Yeah.
Nothing more. I will.
Yeah.
What Marnix does with like the Bessie streams, I have used Bessie as well, but at best I will use it for like I can't find a bug. Please help me look through it and basically be my rubber ducky again. But I will not.
Yeah.
I try to avoid making it write my code.
Yeah. What I usually do is I say this is the architecture of this class. Like this is the core layout I want, and then I'm like, what do you think could be better or worse about this? And I try to iterate on it. So you talk about rubber ducky. I think what you mean is like a sparring partner, or at least that's how I use it. Where it's like, I think, for example, if I were to make a city builder game, I'm going to say, I want to use the plugin design pattern. Is that a good idea? And then it can say the pros, the cons, and be like, okay, you say that this design pattern is better. Can you show it to me? And then it shows you with an example. And you can, like, it's a tool to, for me at least, learn and to do trivial tasks quickly. So for example, when I use GitHub Copilot, if I already made 2 methods that are doing something pretty similar and it just knows it, it's stab and it's like 5 minutes of my life saved. So that's great. But I think what Marnix is doing is good for him because he's not too into code. But I don't think it will scale endlessly. For example, he has vibe coded some websites and so on. If you ever want to properly like release a website like that, yeah, you can't do that because, well, you can, but it's not a good idea because like I think a couple of weeks ago there was even in the news a guy who made like a vibe coded website, and you had to enter your email or something for it, and then they found out that it just stored the email like in memory for everyone. So you could see the list of the emails of everyone.
Yeah.
It was just shared to everyone.
I was thinking of someone else in the who posted like, "Hey guys, look at my new site I vibe coded," and then the next post was him like, "Guys, stop DDoSing me," and it just this website just was destroyed because it doesn't scale well. It was not prepared for all the things. AI is good, but it remains a tool.
Yeah, for example, what Kevin says, like it's good to learn because you can use the ask mode, sure, and I think that's great, but you should also be skeptical enough or critical enough, I don't know how to say it properly.
Critical
Critical enough to actually validate that what it's saying is true. Like a lot of people are now thinking AI is always correct. Don't assume that. Like it might be correct 90% of the time or so, but if you see something and it explains it with full confidence, can still be wrong. Just never forget
Take it with
that.
a bucket of salt.
Yeah, and then if you like, still visit the Unity docs, please. Just not only do that. If you get better, Benzi get better. I mean, yeah, I think it's AI can be a multiplier as well.
Another thing with, for example, I've seen people use, oh, but ChatGPT says this, and the thing is, you can make ChatGPT say anything. It will go, like, it will do its damn best to make you happy and agree with you.
Yeah.
Even if what you say is kind of rubbish, it will do its best to like, oh yeah, no, smart, and it's like compliment you, and then it's like, oh yeah, and then yeah, this is a great idea and such. And then it's like, oh yeah, what if you can ask, it's like, oh, what if I sell everything I have and put it all on that one thing, and like for stocks exchange and such, and do it and such. If you ask it in a certain way, it will agree with you and tell you it's a good idea.
LLMs
It is
are
not.
basically yes man. Yeah.
Pretty much. They
Yeah.
will, like, it's, you can use it to ask questions and have like actual like,
Yeah. I haven't used it yet. The only LLM that I can think about that's maybe not a yes man is Grok, because it's trained on X and it's just a pile of salt.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's, yeah. I'm not even going to respond to that one. But
I've never used it, but from what I hear,
Me neither.
it's
I don't
it's
want to use it.
unhinged.
Yeah. Hey, what you expect? But yeah, it's just,
Vibe coding with Grok is an extreme. I don't think so.
I don't think that's a smart one.
I think Marnix really likes Busy, and I'm not just saying that because they sponsor us, but
Sponsors.
like,
They need to renew. No,
Yeah.
renew it. No, or we'll start talking.
but like earlier today we were debugging something, and he was like, "Bruh, just ask Busy," and I was like, I don't have it installed. I was like, "I'll ask it," and he was like, I was already doing it. I was like, "Bruh," like he genuinely likes it, I think.
Yeah, it's also really good for prototyping. What
Yeah.
he does with it's great. It's just,
Not production code yet.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it with production code, but you need to double check. And what he's doing now is generate this, works, okay, generate now this,
Yeah.
and that's not the good way
I think
to do it.
yesterday he spent like half an hour trying to make a duck walk. And at that point, it's like it would have been quicker just to manually check the code and see it. But it was also part of the process of like just using Bessie and focusing on that. But it's I think it's also good if you make sure it's contained to small subsets of code.
Yeah.
The moment you use it's like, okay, make this over the entire project, it will start struggling more because of its context, limited context window and such. But yeah, I've also started, weirdly enough, as also, I think it's in Google, when you Google something, sometimes you've got like the AI pop up.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of times it actually is like, it just says what I was looking for, and I then don't have to start clicking links.
You know, I'm getting sidetracked again, but you know the AI pop-up you just mentioned?
We're sidetracked and we'll sidetrack already.
Yeah. Like one of the things I now remember is how I never do anything that I intended to do on stream because I usually get sidetracked. But like
it's fun.
I saw an article where it was like a lot of people or websites are now really angry because of the AI summary, because they miss clicks and they
Oh, that's a valid point. I didn't think of that.
because they're like, we have Google ads in our website, but Google just scrapes our website and just shows the content already. And it's like, yeah, we miss like, I think they said something like 40% clicks or something.
That's a valid point. I didn't actually think of that.
There's like I think they are like now trying to make it so that Google has to pay for to crawl them.
Yeah.
Because I remember Cloudflare.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think Cloudflare. It's the biggest cloud like
cloud structure.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it properly, but everyone probably knows Cloudflare. They basically now have something where you can disable AI agents to go on your site. And I think we're going to move more and more into that. So I don't know how long it will
just
work.
imagine like a soldier standing at your website's like, oh, you're AI, just get out, get off my lawn. No AI allowed. But yeah, that's a valid point to think of that. And I mean, if Google has to pay for it, Google will fight that, but Google also would be able to pay for it without issue.
I mean, I don't think anyone is thinking about how to actually pay for AI right now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's incorporating itself in a lot of aspects of life way too quickly, and the like guides, reliance, and rules and such and laws haven't really been following it well enough.
oh yeah, you can't expect laws to keep up with technology. I
Yeah,
think that's unfair.
but they do need to catch up eventually because
It's only like ChatGPT has only been released for like 2 years, 3 years.
yeah, and look at how far it's already gone
Yeah.
since. So it's yeah.
So
We'll see. But hey, at least law is catching up to stop killing games.
you really want to go into that
Sidetrack,
wormhole?
sidetrack.
You know,
No.
I told Marty's like, shouldn't we make a video on this? It's like so much free views. It's like I don't wanna. Like I don't want to attract that kind of audience.
Yeah, I
'cause-
don't think it's something we need to make a video on, but
No. It would have been a great topic for a bite stream if we
yeah.
decided to
Oh,
ever do
I've
that again.
disappeared I've disappeared of camera. I've returned.
You're the elusive one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, sidetrack on the sidetrack. We're talking about code.
Yeah, we're talking about coding. If you just join us, we only talk about code here, nothing else, of course. So what do you can you what do we want to call?
So we've got our audio system and we show code generation. Because that's a fun one.
Sure.
So say for example I made let's see, scripts generated audio code generation.
William is a nerd.
This is well accurate, but also damn you. You're not wrong. So let's say for example I go to where is it? My settings, Swiss code settings. I have audio. I have like defined some audio types here. I have all of these. This is fine, okay. But now we have got magic strings that I need to use to refer to these channels, and it's not nice to have magic strings. I dislike magic strings. Don't use magic strings.
Yeah, he's a man of science, not magic.
Yeah, but because we have like okay, so we have a list of these strings. We also have audio code generator that if I click on it, I can also call it automatically when certain files change.
Yeah, for example, the input one, if you change your input assets, it just automatically
That's also a good one to show in a bit. So for example, I just updated the list. If I go to test it, you can see my class that I didn't touch is suddenly updated now with these new channels with like that container reference. And now I can just type audio.sample and I've got the sample channel. And I no longer have to think about magic strings. They can change, whatever. And if a channel name changes, for example, and you regenerate, you'll know where you were using the old one because it'll start complaining to you. Another one is, for example, our inputs. If you define a new input, it's like, okay, you can do that manually every time. But hey, I'm a lazy person. So if no, that's the wrong one.
Yeah. And why? Okay, maybe why do you use your own generated one instead of the default Unity C# generated class?
Because there was a reason for it.
Okay.
The other generated class has an issue, for example, with rebinding, where like if you rebind it, you also have to manually check that one.
I remember something like we have our own input manager and we always check a controls manager or whatever it's called. And there we check those things. And behind the scenes, we just always reference the same string constant, but it just is bound to another input action, if I say that correctly.
Yeah. Another example would be the fact that even if you have the C# generated one, you still need a reference to it normally.
Oh, yeah, true.
And now, because if I say, for example, let's add a new action, pet duck, very important action. I save my asset. You'll see.
Yeah, in the console, you already see generated code
happening, and you have to refresh. Where's my? I'm gonna put you that. I'm gonna put you that. Okay. I go back to test suite. As you can see, I now have a pet duck in here.
Yeah.
Over here as well, and now I can just input.player pet.betDuck, and I have access to the input action that refers to the petDuck one. Seamus Oblain ChatGPT says I'm handsome. Another example of yes man.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
And yes, we did see the fake bite me's. I don't understand why. It's just so stupid.
yeah.
I also saw a fake Marnix.
Yeah.
It's like,
Also,
okay.
that is like he banned the fake bite me, and then he returned as fake bite me, fake Marnix.
And then the fake Marnix
Yeah.
was, yeah, I don't get it, but I mean,
Also,
someone is having fun, I
yeah.
guess.
Also, I think Marnix needs to watch his reaction a tiny bit on that.
Yeah, he was very
it
not
was
happy.
a bit too explosive.
But identity theft is not a joke, Jimbo.
I know. But it's still, it's
No, but yeah,
it's better to just like ban them and then move on.
yeah.
Because else they can laugh at you.
Do you guys have something to play SFX on events in the UI, only so that people on the team that are not devs can also work it easier? Yeah, what we usually do is I give Mark some scripts. For example, place this script on, we have like a button prefab, and then he places a script on there, and he can just drag in a SFX file, and then behind the scenes, it calls our Swiss Code Audio Manager, for example, and then that's it.
What do I not have? Is it not part of audio? I thought I.
What do you want to do?
Spatial. Oh wait, maybe I think it's called spatial.
Isn't that
No,
auto
isn't it
generated?
part of it? Damn it. I thought I had a script. What
do you want to do?
I thought I had a script for it in for like playing audio, but it might have not.
Spatial audio loop?
Yeah. Is it? It's not part of the thing. Anyway, yeah. For example, we just made like simple scripts so that you can just say like, okay, here's an audio clip, an audio type, like just a string audio type drop down, which again, it's a magic string, but we have. I've also written an actual custom attribute for it that you can just say like this is for audio types, and then you just have a drop down of the different audio channels that we have defined, and then you can just easily add, remove audio, and do that easily. So we make sure that Marnix can work on a project without having to touch code. At least I tell him not to touch my code. Because I think he told me it's when he's working on a project with you, and it's like, oh, I want to add like a button field thing or something. I want to do something like that. He'll just create it and just make it, and it'll be there. With me, he asks, it, and it's like, can I do that? And I'm like, can you look at it? And it's like, because he knows I'm a lot more
strict
on my code patterns.
Yeah. But what's usually funny is that he makes it, and then the next day it's like, I made this code, and I'm like, yeah, I changed it, and he's like, oh.
Yeah.
But for example, no, I cannot say that. Never mind. Do you guys think AI will take over game dev the same way that it's taken over image and video generation?
No,
not yet, because you have like there is already an AI that can create video games where you have to move like in a 3D world and so on.
And it just, I think wasn't that Grok?
No, I'm not sure.
I thought because I think it was with like Elon Musk and such.
I thought specifically, but I mean like you boot it up, you say this is the game I want to play at runtime. You press send and you like you click send and then you just
yeah, I thought that
immediate
was,
like
yeah.
and it would regenerate, like if I move forward then it would just regenerate your entire world again basically.
Yeah,
it was really cool, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But I do think AI will be a part of the game dev process. So, for example, image and video generation, I think video generation for things like marketing, like, you know, all those cool McDonald's commercials where they use glue to make it look nice and like cheesy, your cheese. I think that is basically replacing the marketing department, while I think game dev will more be supported by AI. I don't think it can be completely replaced, because in the end, there's a lot more complexity to it, and I think it will take a lot more time before they figure everything out.
No.
Also, Claude is good. Cloud, whatever. I completely agree. I actually really like it. I use basically everything. I like change a bit between all of them, and it's like use ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. How do you say Claude?
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Claude. Yeah.
Uh,
And for like searching, I sometimes use Perplexity, mostly my main job. And that's like that. Those are the four I really use. And then honestly, I switch between them. And if one of them, I ask them something, and it's like this is not the answer I want, I just go to the other one. And then I ask them, it's like, hey ChatGPT, tell
looking
me
for
this.
his yes man.
Yeah. No, but I'm like, if I want to spar and it just says like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm like, no, I don't think it's a good idea. I want you to tell me why. I want you to
I
tell
have
me the bad
three
parts.
ones that I use. I use Rider AI if it's something really focused. Like I just have a method that I need explained or like refactors or something. I'll just do that in Rider, which I think it just sends it to ChatGPT anyway. I use ChatGPT for like quick, simple questions that I just need like answers to. I just a quick, simple one, and then I use Gemini if I want to like brainstorm on like something deeper, like for example an event hub and such, like how I approach is, what do I need to keep track of, what do I need to think, and that's when I use Gemini because that one feels the best to me for.
Yeah, they have their own strengths.
Well,
You are so cute. Are you talking about him or me?
I think he's talking to Spell Mining Games.
Oh.
I think he's replying because I'm just
Oh.
judging on the surrounding context.
There goes our little confidence boost.
Oh, I thought I could find a compliment for once.
But yeah, Claude is really good.
Yo, I pulled up some code.
Wait, are we talking about code?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
Okay, sure. Let's go code.
So this is the input code generator. So this entire file that you can see here. Oh God, I cannot.
Just scroll. Yeah.
So this is all you see here. This is all generated by this class.
So you have.
It's
let's
actually
say,
just this class.
Okay, so you have like 40 lines to generate 40 lines. Okay, no, 70 lines.
And if I add an extra input, it also gets automatically added.
I'm messing with you.
Are
you planning on making a game in HDRP?
I'm currently making one in HDRP.
Yeah. Maid Cafe is HDRP.
Nope.
Kyoto Anomaly?
Nope.
No?
That one is still ERP, yeah.
Okay,
it should have been made in HDRP.
Yeah, it should have.
In hindsight.
Yeah, but I mean, easy porting. Who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, at least one of our next games will be made in HDRP.
So, how does a code generator work? We have a base class code generator. You need to override three things. The name gets used for the name, something for the description, and then just one method that returns a string and contains a file builder. And in that file builder, it's I'm a sucker for the builder pattern, I think it's called. So literally everything is builder pattern if I can make it. So what I did is just, okay, you've got the builder, we need a new class in that builder, the inputs. I can just put this to the side. So the inputs class, it needs to be static, and I need to add a namespace import for swisscode.input because it needs to be there. Right, that's that defined. And then for each action map in our inputs system that's defined, I call a different method. So for every input map, I added a nested class with that name that's also static. So player is an input map, UI is an input map. And then for every I also add a reference to the ID for that player map, and then static methods, so that you can just say, okay, inputs.player map, and then you have the entire reference to a player map in wherever you need it. And then for each player, also do the same, like, okay, for every input, I now add a field and a property, the field containing its ID, and then the property uses ID to ask the input manager to give the input action.
Yeah. So is this over-engineered? Definitely.
Oh, sure.
Definitely. But I mean, I don't mind because William is creating a lot of the things in Swiss code, and I just click import and use it.
He just runs away with the spoils.
Yeah, and then I say, William, this doesn't work, and he's like, bruh, and then he needs to fix it. Well, he doesn't need to, but he fixes it for me. He's a nice guy.
Another one.
As a design pattern hater, I'm getting an aneurysm. If you are an actual design pattern hater, I assume you've never made a big game.
Possibly. Also,
or at least not a mechanic heavy game.
I also wouldn't say that I'm a design pattern purist or anything.
No, you're
I
not.
just do whatever works for me, and most times it kind of aligns with a pattern, but it's never 100% how the pattern is supposed to be used.
Yeah, I think usually 95% of the time, you force it into one of your sequences.
Yeah, I force it into a builder pattern.
Yeah, and
I
the
like
other
the builder
5% of the time, I think you do an estimation of what a design pattern is.
Yeah. It's coming back to the earlier topic of like, if you give 100 developers
Yeah,
like just the definition of something, you'll get 100 different things. That's basically me. I get the definition of a pattern, and then I make my own thing of the pattern.
yeah. Because what I also think is really funny is I think in general you you use a lot more the design patterns in the games you're making. But what's also really funny then is I think I, in theory, know more design patterns than you.
More for
Like a lot more. I just decide not to use them because I'm
Like,
lazy.
I
And you're
s-
like, I want to make clean code.
Sometimes I talk about like, oh yeah, no, I did this and this and this, and then he's like, oh, so you did that pattern? It's like, oh, I don't know, maybe, probably. uh, but yeah, it's also a thing, of course, because we work with multiple people on project, which again, actually, mostly is just ourselves for code-wise. It's kind of handy to follow the patterns. So Lazy Beast UK. Let's get to Funky Slot later.
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah,
message.
you
I
already
was like,
sighed.
"Whew."
Lazy Beast UK, which is your least favorite code? The grid system in Forge Industry.
No, the resources system in Forge Industry.
They're both bad.
They're both bad.
I still hate like grid manager dot grid dot. And it was just like, why is this such a convoluted way?
Yeah.
We had a full class just for a reference to the grid.
Yeah, but you also had like the grid and then grid object or something, and there were two different things, and I always got them wrong.
Horrendous.
Okay, let's do the big one. If you are 50% of the way into making a game, but you know it sucks, should you finish it or just scrap it?
Depends. Let me go
How
first.
long is your 50%?
Yeah, let me go first. Depends. The last 50%, can you scope cut it? If it's like, okay, what you currently have is something you could like reasonably rework to make just finish off within a week, so to speak,
3 months.
get it out.
If it's still 3 months, I would probably scrap it, unless you think it has, even if you know it sucks, it still has sale potential.
Depends also on what your purpose with it. Is it one of your first games? Get it over with. Just as in, just keep working, get it out there, and you've made a game, and then you can use all that knowledge to start something new. If you've already made projects and you don't need that new experience, so to speak, just take it out behind the shed.
Yeah.
It's just throw it on. We have so many bodies behind our shed already.
Yeah. We have an axe and we just make sure it's nice and shiny every day.
It's sharpened.
Like, we won't do it, I hope, because like, if tomorrow or like on Friday we have like our core meetup where we are the guys, are we freezing? Okay, no. Where we are like the core, where we have like the 3 guys together and we're like, hey, let's go over our things. And then one of us is like, maybe should we? There's a big chance that the same day we already axed the game.
Yeah.
We usually it's like one of the 3 says something and the others are like, you know what? I can see what you mean. Let's just kill it. And yeah, that's one way to. We probably do it too quickly.
At times too quickly, at times way too late.
Okay, one was too quickly, one was too late.
Was that a question or was that a statement?
When? Yeah, no, it was a question. When was it
Okay.
too quickly? When was it too late?
Scockwell was way too late.
I agree. When was it too quickly?
I think Artifacts of the Condemned was on time.
Yeah, Artifacts of the Condemned was, I think, the biggest doubter.
Yeah, it could have gone further. We could have spent more time on it, but it's like, I think we were at the perfect opportunity to say we're still not convinced. Yeah. Let's stop it here.
I think if we continued, we wouldn't say it was too early. If we canceled it, we also wouldn't say it was too late. I think,
yeah,
no matter what we had decided there, I think it would be a fair choice.
Yeah. So that one was good. I don't. Which one was?
Songs of Everjade.
Oh no, that one.
Guild Architect.
As in no, in general on our projects. Guild Architect, I think. Guild Architect is a weird one.
Yeah, I don't think Guild Architect is a good one to talk about because we also had interns and so on.
Yeah,
So
interns.
I don't think, let's not cover that one then.
Songs of Never Made, we were too much copium
Yeah, it was
for
just
way too long.
yeah, and what else did we have? Magical Girl Guardians.
I I think that one went too. I think that might have been on the end of too long as well. Before we cut it,
Yeah.
we should have cut it earlier or
Mm-hmm.
changed course earlier. Has it already been announced or?
No.
Okay, I don't know it.
That,
I do not know what the thing is. I think at this point.
no. No. And we won't. Hey guys, is this the right place for the Bite Me Code review?
Sure, we've
I
tried
mean-
to go through a code
I mean-
review, but I think on
I
one
mean,
hand it's
I mean,
fun
if you
like
mean we
this.
have to review your code,
Oh sure,
sure, if you send us a snippet.
I'm gonna make a new channel instead of like judge my game page and stuff.
Judge
It's
my
just
code.
judge my code snippets,
Yeah.
and I'll just be like going through this like, you should use a builder pattern.
That's your only feedback. You see like 10,000 things
Oh,
wrong.
this is such a great code, but it could have been a builder pattern. But yeah, it's
Okay, but
yeah.
going back to Funky Slot, people say your game sucks. Do you want to share your game? We can take a look at it.
We
I
can
mean,
take
I
a
don't
look
mind,
at it.
because then I can give better feedback on
Yeah.
if I think it's a good idea or a bad idea. Like if I see potential in the game, maybe I can give you some guidelines. If we have like a week of work that maybe like I think this or this is important, try this. If it doesn't work, exit in a week.
Yeah.
Because I think
also-
what's important is if you are doubting between should you exit or not, think about what needs to change or what is the biggest gripe. For example, when we were making Artifacts of the Condemned, the biggest feedback Marx and William gave me was like, the UI has to be really
intuitive.
And then I spent a week doing the UI and they were like, all right, I can see where this is going
Yeah.
now. I get the point. And the funny part is then I think at that point, William was like, I think it's fine to continue. Marnix is like, sure, I'll continue. And I was like, let's stop.
You were like 100% for the project. Marnie was 100% against. After that week of UI, Marnix was like, oh, I'm only 70% against the project. And you were like, oh, but I'm only 70% for the project. And I'm just sitting here like, I have to make the deciding vote. What?
Yeah.
And then I decided to like, maybe we should just...
Yeah, the thing is, if I was still 100%, we probably should have continued.
Yo.
But I think it's not a good sign if you lose faith in your project.
Yo.
Because I don't think I lost faith because of the UI necessarily, but because I more started to think about, I guess, replayability. Because the core game, the USP was, hey, you have less random builds. But if you have less random builds, you always do the same. I think the easiest way to add replayability to your game is a fair, please keep in mind that it has to be fair, RNG system.
I mean,
Yes, 'cause
an
that's the
unfair
entire-
RNG system can also be a
Yeah,
mechanic,
okay,
but
fair, but
yeah,
no, unfair, but
the replayability, but was also a lot of the balancing that would
Yeah.
need to be done, which is something we have not much experience with.
yeah, the biggest balancing we've done was with Forge Industry.
Yeah.
And that was
It's
me
not
creating a
good.
CSV and then like these are the best and worst return on investment items.
Yo.
And then it's like, okay, but nothing stops me from just making wooden planks and becoming a billionaire if I just keep it running for 2
Oh.
years.
You could just put up like 4 mines and like some of the silver thing and such, and I just put that somewhere on the map and just had an infinite money generator.
Yeah, there were game design problems because there was no pressure.
Yeah, there were a lot of problems,
Yeah.
like the grid.
Are you
Uh,
are you currently working on a project that you're convinced can make 7 figures? Project I'm working on, no. The project you are working on,
it could.
it could. I think Maid Cafe Simulator has a lot of potential. I think it's been a long time since we had a game ID with that good of potential. I think the previous one was Forge Industry, but Forge Industry just fell straight on its head with execution.
Oh yeah.
But the concept behind Forge Industry, I think, still to this day, is really, really good.
Yo,
Um,
you should just not make the one. Next time we should not start with a fucking game jam.
Yeah.
And then keep that code.
Yeah. And also not do the game jam where some people never touched Unity in their life.
Yeah.
But that aside, I think the last time we had that good potential was Forge Industry, and now I think Maid Cafe, and I think everything in between, Guild Architect, if we could execute on it, was probably the only one you could argue as well.
Yeah.
The problem is Guild Architect was way overscoped.
Way overscoped, and we still hadn't like
found the fun.
There were some core features still missing, as in not implemented, but rather we knew there was something missing, but we couldn't find it.
Yeah, so like I said, I booted up Guild Architect, and I was like, holy crap, we have a lot of things. Like I remember I created the adventure randomization thing. I was like, oh, this guy likes this, that's this. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then I look at the game, it's like, but nothing is happening.
Yeah.
So we have like
mechanically
all of
there
this
was
fluff.
A lot.
We have all of this fluff, but the core was just
and which is why I think it was too late when we canceled it.
Yeah.
Because we kind of we dug our heads down and kind of just ignored that part.
How do you estimate potential is something Yash asks to Mehdi. Maybe I'll say how I see it, and that is a mix of virality, games Steam-like, so you can see what categories earn well on Steam, how marketable it is, and I think for example, for Maid Cafe Simulator, how marketable is it? Well, I think it's very marketable because you go send to streamers that they can be a cute anime waifu and make pancakes with a heart on them or something.
With friends.
With friends in multiplayer, and they'll be like, wait, what? That's really weird. And then you have their attention. The genre, if you look at Steam, is really popular. Simulator games are one of the highest grossing genres. On top of that, it's a nice bonus that simulator games on average go for more money than, for example, streamer-based games like Unicycle Pizza Time. So all of that together makes it so that the potential I see in it is quite high. Will we be able to execute on it? That's the question. You always need some form of luck. Let's see in like half a year time or whenever we decide to release it.
Siemens or Blaine, Thomas gets to implement that again then, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about.
I have a Bluetooth link to a flashlight for me. It's not a flashlight, you know.
I know, but I'm pretty sure I know what he means.
Yeah, if is it? Do we get demonetized if I talk about it? I don't know.
Let's not. Let's keep it for
Let's
now.
just say
there are physics.
Unicycle Pizza Time has a real-world implementation where it's not just your controller that can vibrate.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't think we ever released it though. I think it's on our master branch, but I don't think we ever pushed it because at some point we wanted to make it a second level. Yes, it has haptic feedback. So when you fall, it vibrates. And then there's a couple of other moments where it vibrates. But yeah, I don't know how to say this in a PG friendly.
Yeah. Mary Lamrisi, I mean, if you guys are a team, shouldn't 100% of your time go into making a 7 figures minimum game?
Okay. So how I see this. First of all, William and I, we
fight.
We are not the best team if we have to work on the same code base, because William is very structured and I go in guns blazing. I just, oh, you want this? Boom. Oh, you want that? Boom. And William is like very structured. That means he looks at my code and he's like, I have no clue what is going on here. I look at his code, I'm like, bro, you spent 2 hours making this. I can make this in 5 minutes. But that is a lot less clean and less performant and less reusable, all of those things. Yeah. So that means there's a lot of overhead because we had to do things like code reviews. It was like, hey, William, this is my code. Now you know that's how it looks.
Look at my code. My code is amazing.
I mean, yeah, I mean, my code was amazing. But then he would look at it and he's like, okay, now I know that, for example, this feature was implemented and how it works. Great, I can integrate with it. But you lose a lot of time with that. And at some point we decided, hey, we believe that if you make a game, there's a certain part of luck, always. Because you have to have enough luck that there's not a big release and blah, 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 blah. A streamer has to pick it up. It has to be in a downturn. Like things you don't have under control. Of course, there are a lot of things you do have under control, but in general, the core idea is we make good games, but we want to make sure that we throw enough games out there so that we have more chance that one of them will stick. And we can just make games quicker if we work at 2 projects in parallel.
Yeah. Because working with 2 devs on the same project does not
It's
mean all
overhead.
the speed.
Yeah, it's overhead. You maybe go like 150% speed.
Yeah.
If even that, because you might have merge conflicts and blah blah blah. And what's really useful now is, for example, with Marix being in Japan, Marix usually does things like some music, sound design, VFX, like a couple things of feel.
Oh,
And
maybe I can move the code to the right. Keep talking.
and when he does that feel, if like I wake up and he basically has done his work already, and then I can continue. And that's really good with Marix now being in a different time zone. But even if he wasn't, we usually work on different things. There are moments I don't touch any scene and just touch code, and he can just work on that. So, well, William and I usually we are working in the same area. I don't know if that's explained well, but I hope you get the idea.
We both touch scripts and scenes and such more often,
Oh.
which will more likely be fighting against each other.
Yeah.
If I change the name of something, for example, he made a spelling mistake in the method name, I can't easily change that method name anymore, because if I change that, that'll get changed through the entire code base, and if he also touched a file that did that, then you have to do a merge request and make sure like the merge is done correctly, and then
or if
break.
it's in a serialized property, you have to make sure it's like previously serialized as, or it will break a Unity reference. And
I disabled that because I dislike that attribute.
I get why they add it. I just think it's ugly.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't use it.
That's why I also
understand
don't use it.
But of course, that means like if you don't think of it, and you forget references, and yeah.
I think this is a super chat, by the way, right?
I think so.
Okay, Midi, thank you for the Ron 50. I have no clue
15
what.
Rons.
I have
It's just
no
15
clue what.
Ron Weasleys.
I have no clue what it is, but thank you nonetheless. Just. What currency is that even?
I don't know. Let's see. Google, man.
I would think about something like Romania, but Romania use euros. Wait, it's actually Romanian.
Yeah.
What? Don't they
The
use
Romanian
euros?
loo?
Don't they?
Romanian loo. Sounds like a toilet. Sorry. I don't intend to laugh with your currency, but it is a funny name.
Oh, they use both. Okay. Okay, because I was like, it's the EU. I didn't know they use it. Okay, well, thank you for the Romanian loo. Loo.
Yeah. Yes, Bansal, should we make a Steam page as soon as possible? Wait for a good polished trailer. I think early on our thing was get a Steam page as soon as possible. I think right now our stance is make a Steam page as soon as you have marketing material to showcase its potential. It doesn't need to be finished yet, but you should have a good eye-catchy trailer, some good images, a good description, maybe some GIFs. But if you don't have that and have a bare bones store page, people will come and then just bounce off because like, oh, this doesn't look great. But on the other hand, you also don't want to wait until release to have your Steam page up because timing. But also you want to be able to have a place to garner your wish list, your call to action. So you want to have it early. You want to have it as soon as you can have a finished looking polished product.
Don't put your Steam page live if you don't have a trailer. I want to add that. That's the only thing. Like, having a trailer is really important. So don't put it live if you don't have a trailer. Even if it's an announcement trailer or whatever, just show something gameplay-wise already, even if it's not finished. Also, you're based in Brussels. I'm really sorry to hear that, bro. I hope you get better soon. Not all EU countries use euro. I really thought only Switzerland didn't use euros. Because they use like Swiss franc.
Yeah.
Because they are always like, they always want to be independent and whatever.
Which European? I could ask these on two chats in BT probably.
The first thing it showed was have nuclear weapons.
Oh my. Which is their own currency?
Does it have to be a gameplay trailer? Ideally, it's a gameplay trailer. If you think about it, you as an indie probably don't have the budget to make a cinematic trailer or something like that. So almost always do an opening shot immediately with gameplay. Like Marnix does the trailer roasting streams, but one of the most common things he said is like, don't open with Beaver Butt Studios as your opening. You like imagine you're
I think
scrolling.
that might be one of the few logos that actually could be eye-catchy, but
Okay,
yeah.
true. but like
Get to the action.
get to the action immediately. Like
People don't have attention spans.
even if you hover over Steam, it immediately starts playing the trailer. So if I hover over it and look at it for 5 seconds, I want to see action, not a stupid logo. Because that's the way you draw in the attention and people know what your game is about. Because that's why I think the first 5 to 10 seconds of your trailer is probably vital to keep the attention.
I have the attention span of a peanut, so if within 2 seconds I don't see anything interesting, I will move on.
Yeah, and think like
So,
William
and-
buys a lot of games on Steam, and in the end, William represents a large part of your
What you're talking about.
William represents a large part of your audience. I think we
Yeah.
represent two great groups, which is the hardcore gamer and the casual one. And if you look at a game, you probably like you say, just when you scroll over it. And if I look at a game, well, I just don't look at games unless I know them.
Yeah.
So
I actually like every few days go to Steam, like recently released and such.
you do that?
Actually, yeah, I do. Because
I don't do
I'm just, and not just like, oh, what's concurrent, like what our competition is. No, it's just like, is there anything fun coming out that I can play?
Okay. The games I want to play, I usually know from, well, influencers, like most people that you should market to.
I also get games via there, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the
It's
one
the
that
only
kind
way.
of goes through Steam as well. So if you don't catch my attention within the first 2 or 3 seconds,
Yeah.
I will move on, and I might have missed a gem, but that's not on me. That's on you for getting me to show. Oh, here's a gem. Here's something eye-catchy.
There are so many games on Steam that are probably really, really good. Just nobody knows. 'Cause you guys suck at creating a trailer to get attention. You guys suck at sending emails to people. I know, guys, talking to people is hard, but you don't have to talk. Just send the damn email.
Yeah.
Like ChatGPT can generate it for you. Just please don't do that, by the way.
Yeah,
like make it personal.
And don't include the generated by ChatGPT. Don't include that in your email as well.
Best game ever, Bing, not safe for work.
I'm gonna open that on a different. By the way, there are 6 countries, I think.
Bulgaria, the Czech Republic,
7
Denmark,
members.
Hungary, Poland, Romania. Oh yeah, the zloty from Poland. True. William is looking at it. Oh, it's free on GOG. Crap, free games.
What?
Oh, it's just a community post. Well, Sinuskis, he's googling it. I'm the kind of person who thought you just mistyped Bing, the search engine.
Yeah, I don't.
He doesn't want to look at it.
That's
That's for the after hours.
Yeah, but no. Streams. Yeah. Just
What is
get my
potentially
attention.
the best marketing strategy if people work on your games? Spam influencers. That's 2 videos in your genre.
Yo.
If you're making a automation game like Forge Industry, spam people who played things like Victorio. Say like, hey guys, saw you played this. Here's a code. Don't send them a mail where you just say, I'm releasing a game. If you want a code, let me know. Immediately give them a code. Also keep track on which influencer activated the codes. That's also really good to do. But like, do that. Like, if you do that, you have like almost done everything that you could without a budget.
Oh, because again, if you don't have the money, you'll need to spend the time.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. Like, if you don't have money, you have to go to jail and spend time. No, but yeah, do that. Definitely include a list with emojis as bullet points in your generated email. That way, nobody can tell ChatGPT made it. Also use those elongated hyphens. ChatGPT also likes to use them in things. So, yeah. In that regard, I also think you should spend some effort on your own email. If you don't want to do that, use ChatGPT. But you should probably spend time on that email just for the fact. If you're not willing to spend the effort for that email, why should the influencer spend effort in covering your game?
Yeah.
It's like a give and receive kind of thing.
Yeah, try to personalize it
and
to them. And if you don't, make sure you have a template that fits with what you want to convey, because it has to feel like, if I read it, I want to have the urge to play the game. And ChatGPT can't catch that because it doesn't know your game properly. Like, you can use ChatGPT to bounce off ideas for example, what subject to use or whatever. Sure, that's fine. But like it can also give you a starting point, just do a bit of effort.
If you do a sellout studios games, I like Seamus's approach of
Getting
getting a
a
model on OnlyFans to do some marketing for you.
honestly,
For a sellout studios game, it could
yeah, actually,
work.
I think it could work.
Because usually they
Why
also
don't-
have like on the page like, oh, pay this, and for like a personalized message and this and those kind of things, you can do that via OnlyFans.
We have the money and everything to develop the game. Should we still go to publisher just for marketing, porting? We are using Unity. Honestly, it depends. If you don't want to do it yourself, yeah, sure, go to a publisher. You have publishers that don't have to give you money, and there are also publishers that just do the marketing, for example, for you. You can also approach a PR company. There are multiple PR companies in gaming that just do marketing only for you, where you can pay them a fixed fee or a percentage. Like, you don't necessarily need a publisher to do all that. Um, like, it really depends on what you want, honestly. If you want to not do the work, get a PR company or a publisher. If you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, just do it yourself. The only, yeah, also in this climate, it's hard to pitch a game, I think. Side note.
Yeah, it's not a great time for it, but it also, if you don't need a publisher, I don't think you should get a publisher if you don't need it. If you do need it or you want one for whatever reason, then sure, go for it.
Yeah.
But it's if you can do it on your own.
If I was in your situation, I would look at a PR company specifically. For example, I only know Pirate PR basically because it's a Belgian guy
That's
and I
also the
know
only
him.
one that came to mind.
But like there are multiple companies like him, and if you don't find a good PR company, you can find a publisher that just does marketing and porting, for example. Because a lot of publishers also offer things like localization, help with developing. Like if you can have a deal where they only do, for example, the marketing or the porting, I think it's also worth it. But in general, if you don't need it, like we've internally Bite Me, like I've talked this with Marnix a lot, was like, should we or not get a publisher or like even try? And it's usually like we can survive without it, and we don't have to put in the effort, and we can choose what we want, and when we want to release it. Like you usually you lose a lot of creative freedom, in my opinion, at least from what I heard, because we never publish the guide.
Not just only creative freedom, but just we keep control.
Yeah.
Um,
So, I mean, this is our what is it? Not aluminium, aluminium. Tinfoil hats. And with like all publishers are evil. No, they're not all evil, probably. But if you don't need them, I'm not really in thinking like, oh, should I do it? At what point do you make a Kickstarter?
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago, or when you already have a big audience.
Yup.
So, for example, if Thomas Brush wants to make a new game, he could make a Kickstarter, and he could probably make it successful. Because there are also then very easily he like sends mails to a lot of press people, and it's like 500,000 subscriber Jupiter Sounds new Kickstarter for, and then Stardew Valley clone, whatever he wants to make. I don't know. Then they have something cool to write about. He has an audience to give an initial boost. Like he can make it work. Bite Me Games is probably too small to make a Kickstarter successful. At least that's what I think. And if you don't have an audience, I think it's basically don't. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I think it's really hard to get it off, because then you probably need to do paid promotion and so on.
Yeah, and at that point, it's just like, why are you making Kickstarter and not just releasing on Steam and then promoting the game on Steam directly?
Yeah.
So yeah. I think most popular market strategies is literally just mail influence. I think Marnix sends individual mails as well, so he doesn't just use simple templates like copy paste. I think he pretty much goes like, okay, this dev, okay, this, and this personalized to that guy. That's why he spends so much time on it. I think sending emails and promoting is good practice and all, but the most bang for your buck is to make a game that captivates people, even if you are not to send anything. Well, the thing is, you can make the most gorgeous game and best captivating game ever. If nobody sees it,
Yeah.
That's why you have to send the mails. It's not either or. You have to do both.
Yep.
You have to make a good game, and then you have to send the email for that good game to people who can then spread on the word.
Yeah. Can you open a notepad for me?
I can open Notepad. I've opened Notepad.
All right. I'm going to explain this using math. So place an X, and on the left side, let's say we put game quality. Let's put on 100. So let's say 100% game quality. So 100 left side.
Yeah, but then why did you tell me to put X first?
And then on the right side, we put marketing. Let's say we do 0 marketing. We have 0. How much success will you have? 0. Great. Now let's say we make a mediocre game, 50 or whatever, and you do mediocre marketing.
Oh.
Wow,
50.
you suddenly have 2,500? Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm just like auto completing your thought process now.
And this is basically the most bare bones way for me to explain it. They belong together. There are so many games, I'm sure, that are on Steam that are 10 out, okay, maybe not 10 out, but 9 out of 10 games. Yeah. And nobody just knows about. And of course, you have the odd one out, the weird duckling, whatever you want to call it.
Among Us that suddenly explodes.
Yeah, Among Us that years after release.
Yeah.
Just a streamer just picked it up. So in general, always do some sort of marketing. And if you had like unpopular opinion, like if you have to choose, if you, for example, you have 3 months to do a game from start to release, and if you don't do it, you die. Then honestly, I think it's stupid to spend all your time on game development and on marketing. I would just do like a 50-50. I would literally almost spend a month or something on marketing and 2 months on development, because that's the best balance. I think you need time for marketing. I think one of the things we had with Unicycle Pizza Time was just dumb luck that we released on a pretty good time. We got in new and trending in multiple countries just because there were not a lot of releases, and we got an initial boost. We can't always replicate that. And we had set our stupid challenge from let's make a game from start to finish in 1 month. Like even if we were to make a game, like another streamer paid game, in like 2 weeks, yeah, we wouldn't release it after those 2 weeks because we need time for the marketing. And for example, Unicycle Pizza Time, I think if we had given it more attention to marketing, because Marnik started sending out emails like 2 days before we left to Japan on a holiday, because he was like, oh, we're moving to Japan, we need to release the game before that. Let me quickly send out some mails. Like if we had given that proper thought, it probably would have exploded a lot more. And that's us making a mistake in the beautiful thingy there, where our multiplier for marketing was pretty low.
Yeah, because that's why I said even if you were not to send, again, even if it captivates everyone that looks at it, if nobody gets to look at it because nobody knows it exists, then it can't captivate anyone because nobody knows it's there.
Like, I don't know what the stat was, but like a very, very high percentage of numbers of games never get over the 10 review mark, which is insane if you think about it, guys. Because a lot of people spend months, probably years, working on a game to then make like $100, get 2 reviews, and then the reviews are like, it's all right usually.
Or people spending 8 years and still in early access without getting much updates. Just an oddly specific sample. No worries.
Yeah, early access is also something.
Yeah.
Early access should be your initial release.
Yeah.
You can add more features, but
I think if I only were to do early access, it would be literally just like, here's a game, but I kind of want to just polish it more. But I don't think in our case, I don't think we'll ever do an early access.
I think most of us are not a fan of it, because a lot of people disguise their unfinished project as early access. It's like, hey, this is not done, but I'll sell it to you anyway. And that's not something we want to do.
Yeah.
Of course, there are people who do good early access. Don't feel like I'm personally attacking you guys.
There are good early access games. It's just been...
Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep. It's just been very... watered down. It's been misused.
I have never bought something that I didn't know existed. It's 100% necessary that people see a product before they can.
Yeah.
It's a funny way to
Because
explain
at
it.
that point, yeah.
I've also never bought anything that I didn't know existed. But I don't think that's the point Puppet was trying to make.
But yeah, that's the thing. What we mean, it's not 100% just make a captivating game. It's
a lot of
both.
people, their marketing strategy is make a good game.
Yeah.
And that's not enough.
Yeah, you need to make something captivating, make something good, and then also market it. And then it's just best of both worlds. Just do 100 and 100 on both sides. All the way.
How about adding references of your other games to each game, in-game promotion?
We have.
We have.
Kyoto Anomaly has a guy on a unicycle.
Yeah, Unicycle Pizza Time lives on. And in Overtime Anomaly? I think we also did something, but subtle, no?
I know I did a lot of, like on the screens, you have a lot of code and such on the screens. And I added a lot of references to other games in that.
Okay. There you go. In Guild Architect, we even did it. Just because I booted up the game, we had a statue of a worker.
Yeah.
Just a side note, I don't know if you remember, but his arm was...
Oh no! Oh no!
He was moving his arm like a bit more up. I think it was his left arm. Was it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it was like, I saw it, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It was greeting in a way that probably shouldn't be done.
Yeah, we're a bit too early. Just Bansal, should we go for a free demo? If yes, how long should be the demo? Do not do a paid demo. Because when you say implying free demo, it seems like the other alternative is a paid demo. I don't think you should do a paid demo. That sounds like a horrible idea. And the demo length depends on what kind of game it is.
Yeah.
Because
it's a really tough question.
For example, I played one recently, and it's a game. It basically is a roguelite, so you could just replay it, and then it's like, what is the length of the demo? I can just do another run, and suddenly a bit longer the length. You ideally want to have something 15 to 30 minutes
at least
as playtime. If it's replayable and they spend more, perfect. If it's something linear, just make sure you get like 15 to 30 minutes of actually playing the game. Do not include boot up time, like going to settings, like opening cutscene. Do not include that. Just 15 to half an hour of gameplay. I think then you're at a solid demo. At least that's for me. Like you don't have to go for hours of gameplay because people will also like lose interest because it's only a demo. It should be good enough to like get you salivating for the full game.
Yeah.
Without filling you up.
I also think your demo should make sense. So one of the things that I try to think about a lot is when we pitch a game that we know is taking a longer time, I also already want to know how are we going to participate in Steam Next Fest with this ID. So for example, with Artifacts of the Condemned, I don't think we had a strong case. You could say you do a limited number of runs, but I don't think that's a good demo.
I think what I would have done is like do the first boss,
yeah,
and then limit items.
Yeah, for example, something like that, and that's like, I think that's an alright demo, but I think it can be better. And I think a good idea, for example, Maid Cafe Simulator, I think it's important that we think about how we, for example, make a demo for that. Because in the end, your demo is going to be really important. Also, I just realized, but people joining the stream to get this amazing view where it's like a notepad.
Then it's at least filled up more.
There we go.
We did this. We're really not doing much at all. Our people.
Well, for some reason, people are somewhat watching. Yeah. I don't know what you guys do with your life, but
watching us clearly. I was going to say something. I do have an idea on the Maid Cafe demo, more or less.
You don't have to share right now if you don't want to, by the way.
But yeah, it's going to be pretty much some of the management aspects and such will be removed, and it's mostly just like the core gameplay loop. They're like boiled down to like just a few things, so you don't have all the options, but just like the core gameplay loop, and you can play that with friends, and that should be it.
Yeah. Ciala has a point. 0 times marketing is not 0 because you can probably sell pre-orders and so on.
Wait, what? 0x marketing?
Yeah, if you don't have a game, if you do marketing, you probably can still sell. Let's give it like a 1.
Fair enough. What was the game like Mind's Eye that basically had that? The game is so shit, but it's still sold.
Or what was it? The
Oh,
the
the
first
days
body
before.
cam one. Was that one?
Oh no, the days before is like the roguelite, not roguelite. It's because we were talking about roguelites. Days before was like a big game. It's an extraction shooter kind of thing. It's like going to be a big game. It didn't actually exist.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I know about it.
Because it was on Steam.
Is it still on Steam? Apparently, overwhelmingly negative.
The day before, it's no longer available on the Steam store.
23. Oh,
Yes.
I mean, it sold really well though.
Yeah, exactly 0
Oh
times.
yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I remember this, and also we talked about this on a Byte stream. I remember.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the game is a scam. So basically, you are correct. 0 times marketing can still be more than 0.
Yep.
It kind of breaks our math.
Yeah. People joining stream were like, these guys are idiots. They can't do this.
Yeah. No. Fair.
Well, but
Fair
yeah,
enough.
you have a good point.
Can't argue with that one.
So we were talking code.
Yeah, we're doing code review. I don't know where we were.
I have no clue.
Code generator. We've got a command system which uses an asset. So.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Oh, Event Hub. We use an Event Hub.
I really hate when you say Event Hub. You know it.
Yeah, well, I called it Event Core at least. Okay,
Yeah.
be happy.
Because in my day job, I work with Microsoft Azure, and you have an Event Hub resource from Microsoft there, and I'm like, Event Hub is that in my head.
The fun thing also with the Event Core thing is, every time like I'm still running against things where it's like, that filter would have been really handy to have implemented. But you're just like, oh yeah, no, there shouldn't be a filter thing on the event, so you can say like the filter thing, and I'm still running into things where it's like, a filter would have been really handy.
But you added it, and then
I moved it because you were like, no, I don't want it, and it's like, okay, sure, I can live without it because also performance is better without it.
Yeah, because I think you also said like, performance was rough, right?
Yeah, because it was the way I was also a first pass at it, so I didn't optimize it. But yeah, Event Hub. What do you think of that name? Or Event Hop, where you just hop between the places.
Sure.
Of events.
As long as it's not Event Hub.
Yeah, it's the Event Core.
Event Hub is if you were a Dutch developer. Hub, Holland Hub. People won't get that.
Me neither. So
really?
No.
I mean, Belgian and Dutch people will understand. But apparently you're
Belgian.
Yeah, apparently real Belgian people.
Okay, to be fair, I don't like fries, so I'm not real Belgian.
Do you like beer?
No, because there's like
I know.
There's carbonization in it.
Insane.
Event Hub with 2 B's. Event Hub.
Hubby. Event
but yeah, so I wrote we had an early implementation with it, which I think was based on top-down engines, which uses struct to send basically an event out. And then I rewrote that to use actual events. And basically you just have to inherit this. I have an example of this, I think. I have
a lot of examples.
Oh no, I don't. Where is it?
They can easy explainable. Like the volume maybe?
Loading manager. On action loading manager. Yeah, sure, let's take this one. So I've got an event on before the scene loaded. Before the scene is loaded. Let's do the after scene because that makes more sense. After a scene is loaded, you just inherit base event. You set some data. You allow it to reset the data. It's just an easy builder pattern method. I promise I can stop anytime. And then just a static one to easily trigger it, which retrieves the event using pooling once again. It sets the oh god, no, don't move it. It sets the data that the actual scene it wants to load, and then it triggers it, which will send it to the event core hub, and then notifies all listeners, so to speak. And that one just gets used like this. On after load, .scene, my static one, I give along the string, and every method that listens to it will now know.
Show how you listen to it then.
There are two ways to listen to it. I can go to event core, subscribe, on after, on event, on after loads. Okay, methods. Right. So this is one way to do it. You can subscribe dynamically at any moment. You also get something back, an action, and that's unsubscribe action, which you can then use to unsubscribe as well afterwards. In case like you just save that somewhere, and then in the on after load you can just say unsubscribe.
I don't think. Have you ever used this?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
was
know
about
why
to say,
I added
I've
this.
never used this.
It's technically there in case you need it.
I think we did it for if you want only to listen at certain times.
Yeah,
for
at
example,
certain times and only one time or something, and you just unsubscribe from it after. That's one way to do it. The way we mostly do it is just on event attribute, and that's it.
Yeah, but remove then that part.
And then of course we do need to do event listening. You do need to on-enable subscribe to the class.
But the nice thing here is it listens to all events that have the on-event attribute. So you can have an before scene loaded, and both of them would work with just that single before load, no?
Oh yeah, that I can also do, but I can do. Oh god, I can type on before load. Well, and this will now, both of these will now get called every time the event gets fired. Another way you can do it is, for example, on event, event. You can say event priority, but I want to say on before scene loaded events, private void on before. This needs to be type. This would also work, and then first which event it listens to. What was that? Was that
I have no
door?
clue. Want me to check or?
Yeah, that's here. Okay, open the door. It's cat time.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, but you'll get to go to the window in a bit.
It's nice
First,
and
it's
chilly
cat time.
outside.
Hey. Hello.
There's a cat.
There's a cat.
Hero don't. Okay, he knows to not step on the keyboard. That's nice. Or at least he didn't ignore it this
Usually
time.
avoids it.
That's good.
Now it goes to the window.
I close the door again.
Yeah, just keep it on for now.
Okay, I won't shout.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my problem. There's also a bit of airflow because it's
really hot here.
Yeah, that's the issue with my room. I'm here. What?
I think it's your PC, but sure.
Also, but yeah. So here it infers which event it has to listen to from the first method, first property, or parameter. Sorry. Or you can also say it like this in case you don't have a need for the parameter.
Even if I don't use the parameter, I still use the one at the top.
Well, the handy thing for this is, for example, if you know you don't need to use it, you can now call this method easily.
Oh, yeah, true. That's fair.
Else you have to create like a dummy one, but then you're with that dummy one.
That's fair. Is that the Bite Me CEO? You're right. I'm here. I don't have my card with me, otherwise I'd show you, but in theory I am, and I am here, and I am alive, not dead by a Zamboning. It's all fake news. Don't trust everything you see on the internet, guys, especially if it's Marnix.
Hero is also the CEO, the cat's executing officer.
Oh, maybe he was talking about Hero.
Yeah, maybe he was. It's a true CEO.
Whoops.
Business cat.
Business cat.
But yeah, you can do it for static methods, you can do it for normal methods, and it just works. You can also do event priority. So for example, I'm going to use a different one as an example. For example here, event priority, I can say it's critical, so that one needs to happen first every time, and then I can just say cancel. It's not a cancelable event. If this were cancelable, Really? Can
I
you?
think it's cancelable event, not.
Right. So now it's a cancelable event. I can just say cancel, and now all other events after this won't listen to it, or won't receive it because it got cancelled.
Yeah, basically
Cancel
you have
culture.
to look at it with like a waterfall then.
Yup.
And then the critical one is the first one. And it says like, oh, if you put, for example, cancel it, everyone underneath me doesn't have to know about this anymore. But for example, if you just don't do it there, there's no priority and so on.
So for example, in here, this one, event priority low, will never get triggered because this one is always canceling it.
Yeah.
And that's how we use the event system,
Yeah.
the new one.
And if you don't cancel it, both get called, but the critical one is called first. Oh,
Yeah.
cat executive officer. That's a
Yeah.
funny one.
Um,
So yeah, that's the core ID behind the event
Yep.
system.
we even add, I even added a version that supports networking.
Yeah.
So that you can just call a networked event. It will get fired, and then it will also send that one to the server, and then the server will send that one to all other clients and hosts. And then you've got an event being fired on all of them using our event hub.
Event core.
Event core. Event hub, that's all you conveniently called event core. So yeah.
Who has the most shares at Bite Me Games? Take a guess.
Hero.
You always see Marnix. You more often lately see William.
Steam, actually.
You more often lately see William than me, which is really odd to say because for the past, how long we're doing this? 4 years? 3 years? When did we start?
3 years.
3 years?
Because 2 years ago was Fortune's release.
Okay. Then for the past 3 years, you always saw Marnix most, then me, and on the off chance William decided to come out of his cave, you saw William.
Often they let me out of the cave.
Also fair. But yeah, I own the most shares. You are correct, Mehdi.
So waterfall once again, Thomas, Marnix, and me, and then Jamie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We have a unique company structure, and we have a unique way we pay or do not pay employees.
I mean, we've been reliably paying me and Marnix, so I'm happy.
True. So I'm the, you know how there are like several CEOs that take like a €1 paycheck. Like for example, a lot of presidents of the US, they often take like the signature wage, which is like $1, I think. They can choose, of course, but usually they choose to take the $1 one because it's good press. So yeah, it's basically like that. I have shares, but I don't get a wage. And they have less shares, but they do get a wage because they are working full-time on it. I'm still working a full-time job because I have things like a mortgage I need to pay and so on. And Bite Me can either pay me or they can pay Marnix and William. And then it's easier to pay them out because the two of them can do more work than me.
I can just spend my limited attention span on the game, on game dev.
And so yeah, Nathan, it's not an even split. A couple of years ago, we decided very loosely a guideline of how much everyone should get. Then we all paid our initial capital, depending on the split. So, for example, the initial capital, if it was not, but if it was $1,000 and I got 50% shares, I do not have 50% share. I would have entered 500, and then, for example, if William had 25%, he would have paid 250, and that's how we made up the initial capital. This is a hypothetical, by the way, because I do not have 50%, William does not have 25%, and we did not have $1,000 starting capital.
I think it's a fair share, like fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair, even now, the current state, because I'm not getting paid out. And it's basically, for example, if I was also getting a wage, I think it would be more unfair towards Marnix and you. That I have more shares, but because I'm not taking any money out of the company, I think it's fair that I can hold the shares.
And the thing is also, we do also, you're not held to an accountability for, because you don't have a wage, so to speak. We also, like, if you have a busy week at work and you can't really spend on any of the projects or something, you also not held accountable to that regard, so to speak.
Yeah. Any plans to go full time? If Bite Me can afford me, I will go full time. I don't think that's. I think that's always been the case. For a while, it was, hey, if we can go full time, it's nice. Then Marnix decided to quit his job. We did not have the financial structure to support him, but he decided to do it anyway.
And I just followed him.
And a couple of months later, Marnix had bad influence. I'm going to say that it is. Sorry, it was bad influence at the time. Right now, it's starting to work out, I think, but it's like slowly getting there. But at the time, it was probably not smart.
Oh yeah, no, it was not smart.
But
I do not regret it, but it was
Yeah.
not smart. I just didn't have the attention span to work on the game and do my full-time job,
yeah.
which I was already doing part-time, but even then I could not.
So in a way, I think all three of us sacrifice in some way, and I think all three is getting at the moment something that I would consider fair in a way. Is it perfectly balanced now? Probably not, but it's also not that bad that I think anyone needs to complain.
Waiting for the Thanos snap.
Yeah.
Make all things balanced as they should be. But no, it's just, yeah. No. Does Jamie still have...
So one of the three smart is still working in a job. You say that, but William and Marnix both get a wage, so they are getting paid.
I am working in a job.
Yeah, he's I think you are you officially employed? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-employed.
Self-employed because you're a shareholder. But basically, his full-time job is Bite Me, and he's getting paid for it. Just like Marnix, his full-time job is Bite Me, and he's getting paid for it. My extra job is Bite Me, and I'm not getting paid for it, but I have a lot of shares in Bite Me. So it is also in my best interest that they can spend a lot of time on Bite Me to help Bite Me grow. Because if we ever decide to sell X amount of shares to an external investor or whatever, we're not planning to do it anytime soon, I can get the biggest cash out. Does that make sense?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, it does make sense, but I mean, did I explain it properly?
Yeah. But, so yeah. Hard enough to focus on game dev as a hobby after working all day. Well, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I think Marnix decided on New Year that he was going to do that. He did it in March, and then
2 months later?
Yeah, 2 months later, I also stopped my job. Like a month later, I gave him my 4 weeks notice, which was before we went to Japan for the first time for 3 weeks. So only at like 1 week I had to still work. So like, yeah, guys, I'm leaving in 4 weeks, but I'm also going to Japan for 3 weeks. So
yeah, so next
nice
week I'm gone.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Which I'm really happy I did, because that's just...
How do you normally deal with future budgets, since the game future revenue is always an approximation? Okay, this is something we cover in depth in our Patreon videos, but I'll give you a short answer. Every so often, it's like 1 or 2 times in a year, Marnix and I, we go on what we like to call executive retreat, because it just sounds fancy, but it's basically me and Marnix are locked in a room, and we talk about how we want to do and what goals we want to set for Bite Me. Of course, a week later, everything is already out of the window, by the way. But one of the things, for example, we did, when did we do it? February or so? March? I don't remember. Do you know when it was?
I don't know.
Okay, either way. So I was basically going to the coast where Marnix was in Belgium back then, and we were like in his apartment, and it was like, all right, let's now do different projections. So we did a projection of what we will probably have as a minimum. Like, let's make our, and then we did one about what if we have a bit of good luck when we have growth. We made like 6 or 7 different scenarios of projections from now till the end of the year. And then some scenarios were like, hey, we are completely fucked and we're going bankrupt, and we need to stop. I think in July or something was, I think, the first. So we're not there yet, because, hey, we're surviving July. We are not bankrupt. But in general, we had a lot of scenarios, made a lot of predictions. And then the average of that is basically what I saw as realistic. Now, how are we doing? I think we're doing a bit better than what we considered realistic back then. So honestly, I think our guesstimate, because it's always a bit of guessing, was pretty on point. Of course, things changed with like release date windows, maybe even games that we want to work on, all those things.
Yup.
It changes, of course. But in general, like the cash flow that we expected, we are still honestly pretty solid.
No. I think also we don't often spend the budget that we don't have.
Yeah.
As in, we only spend what we already have and know that we can miss.
Yeah.
And that's what we will be able to spend. Like, for example, the asset store sales as well, we'll buy that. And we don't like, okay, we're going to buy this in the hope that we then can make this and then this like returns the investment. We only invest what we already have.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. We also set ourselves a couple of rules, like we always want to have X amount in our bank. We try to stay lean. That's one of the things Marnix prides himself on a lot, is that honestly, like 90% or more of the income that Bite Me makes is directly tied to the wage that Marnix and William are getting. We have very little overhead. Like the extra costs we have are assets we buy,
Some licenses.
some licenses. Here and then, now and then it's like some hardware or something we need to buy and so on. But in general, we stay very lean. If you want to have a deep dive, there are every week on Patreon. Here's the plug, haha! Exclamation on Patreon if you want to see the URL. Every month we do a business overview where it's basically looking at what did we make this month, what were our expenses, how much profit are we making, and what happened in Bite Me as the business sense. Those are videos, they perform horribly on YouTube. We can't do that on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, it's deep dives. It's uncut content. Go to Patreon, subscribe. It's like, I think 180, I don't know for sure, over 100 for sure, videos you can watch.
Cool.
Like,
I
think it's a big vault already of content that is worth the price, because we didn't increase the price since day one, I think. Well, we changed the tiers, but we didn't.
The deep dives are also really good to fall asleep to.
No, wow.
No, I don't really watch them.
Yeah.
Because I.
Yeah, but you're not
again,
interested in it.
Yeah, it's just again peanut brain.
Yeah, because one of the things.
No wait, I have the memory. I have the attention span of a peanut and the memory of a potato. I think that's the one.
I've never heard that before. But like in general, I think you are not very interested in the business side. You just want to make games. You're like
I'm interested.
Original.
I just don't have the brain power to spend on that.
Okay.
Like if you come down, it's like, oh, condense here in 5 minutes. This is it. I will read it. I can see it and such. I don't have time to spend 40 minutes on it.
Yeah, I think you prefer. What I meant is spending time on making the actual games.
Yeah, that too.
You're not too interested in making those 6 or 7 projections to see what could happen.
No.
In cash flow.
Yeah, not making. I'm also not good at making them. I do find them interesting.
Yeah.
But again, not spend 40 minutes on it. But yeah, check our Patreon. Lots of content. Welcome, by the way, first time sender. So.
Where do you see that?
Up there. Hi, by the way, first time joining the stream. Really like your videos.
Oh.
Hey, I read.
Yeah.
And then I forget to mention it, but I read the deep penetration.
Why do you have to phrase it like that, bro?
It's not wrong. I think he's onto something here.
And why Patreon instead of something that takes a smart cut like Ko-fi? If you want to donate, we also have a Ko-fi, bro. That's not a problem
we
at
do
all.
also have a Ko-fi.
But the thing behind Patreon is, first of all, I don't think they take that big of a cut. That aside, it's the way to go for content behind the paywall, basically, as far as I'm aware. Like, we use Ko-fi, but it's usually for donations. I'm sure there are like a lot of competitors to Patreon, of course. We just decided a couple of years ago to go with them, and I don't think anyone wants to migrate it. I also don't think a lot of people will like it if we migrate it, because people are used to Patreon. But yeah.
Yeah. C'est la vie.
Patreon is live?
I don't know. Blackback, apparently. Blackback. He's now talking Dutch.
No, he's great at sales. He just said Patreon is live. If you don't go to our Patreon right now and subscribe to it, you will die in the next 20 minutes.
Every donation like drip feeds a bit of food into like.
YouTube donation from Volcanic. Support for the Monster Fund.
Hey, thank you, Volcanic. Support for the Monster Fund. Ooh.
Oh, or do you still drink Monster?
How do I explain this properly?
I can start printing the coins from now on. So if you still.
So, I'll tell you my. This is suddenly something completely different than code. We were so focused for the
Oh.
past 2 hours.
Yeah, we were.
But basically, I stopped drinking Monster after Japan, and then in February, no, yeah, around February, I started drinking like one every week, maybe 2 weeks. And honestly, I kept it at that for a long time. Sometimes less, and sometimes I think the max I did was like 2 in a week. So that I think it was already a big improvement to what I did before.
But
Okay,
I heard it coming from a mile away.
so I hope she's not watching anymore. But my girlfriend is on vacation for 2 weeks, and I was like, "This is the best
Can
moment."
actually drink again.
This is the yeah. She doesn't like it, by the way, but it's like the best moment for me to like grind a lot for Bite Me, because yeah. And so the last 2 weeks, well, 1 week and a half, I've done an insane amount of hours. Like I wake up, I do either Bite Me, and then start for my main job, or my main job, and then at the end I do Bite Me, and like I easily spend like maybe 16 hours a day working the last 2 weeks. I need my energy then, okay? But I like my intention is to heavy grind to like dial it back again, because now I drink like every day.
So, at home, he's just got like the drip feed
Yeah, so
with Monster.
it's basically if I really go hard, then I drink, but that sounds so dramatic. Then I drink, yeah, I hope my heart doesn't explode. But I do it for Bite Me nonetheless.
Who gets
for the
your
whole
shares if it does explode?
It goes to my parents, I think, because I
Oh
don't.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
right.
have it in
And
my
then Marnie
testament.
just smooth talks
Yeah,
the shares away from your parents. That's right.
but it's basically in Belgium, if you don't have something specific in your testament, it goes to the first in line. If you're married, it goes to your wife. If you are not married, it goes to your. If you have children and your wife is dead, it goes to your children. If you have neither, I don't have a wife, I don't have children, I think your parents get it. If they are dead, I think your sister or something.
Yeah,
it's like the next in line, basically.
Next of kin.
Yeah. So when is the game ETA? You mean?
What game are we talking about?
Yeah, what game are we talking about?
If you're replying to people, we don't actually see that in this chat, so.
Yeah, we're using like a combined chat on our
So
screen.
you can see both our Twitch boys.
When will you? Or maybe he's talking to Medi? I don't know.
Oh, might be talking to Medi, yeah. Get a room, you two.
Maybe that's the romance he's mentioning.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they're yeah, get a room. Or
get a room. Yeah, no.
Has Diam reached out to either of you?
Who is Diam?
I don't know.
Again, replying to someone. I'm gonna open the YouTube chat because it's hard to understand.
But I don't think it's any more clear there, right?
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't really say about replies either. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. I feel like at this point we should probably like do the Swiss Code deep dive in.
We've been together for half a year by now. So since then, I've done less for Bite Me for sure, but I think I still do enough for Bite Me to not have Marnix come down with pitchforks, and for William to say, "Hey, Marnix, come down with pitchforks."
Luckily, it's a lot harder for Marnix to do that now. So
yeah. So once
that's why you waited this long.
Oh, you're going to Japan? By the way, I have a girl.
Yeah.
It's government with life partner, not a family. Yeah, something like that.
What I was going to say was we should probably make a video on the Swiss Code deep dive. That's actually structured. Because I feel this is not.
Yeah, I think once the idea was to make it a Patreon video. I remember Marnix pitching it to me like, "Hey, go over it," and I was like, "Sure." And then a week later or something, I think you did a coding stream, and he was like, "Let's postpone it for now then." And now we do this one, but like.
We do not have the attention span to. I do not have the attention span to spend on that.
I mean,
and chat, and it's just like we just No, we're chilling. We should rename the stream to just chilling and hanging out
I mean,
with
it's
Thomas.
probably a sexier title because, like I mentioned at the start, it's
Yeah.
it's such a nerd title. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I would never click this, but
But I do enjoy it. It's fun.
yeah,
Talking.
I think streaming in general. I said this before. Even when I did still stream solo, I did it like 5 or 10 times, whatever. I like it. It's just finding the time for it is hard unless you make time for it. But if I make time for it, I sacrifice game development.
New 5 donation from
It's
Nathanjits.
for me a hard
Love the content.
thing to balance at the moment.
Very informative, entertaining, and inspiring.
New $5. Despite us not really actually looking at the stream has been looking at code, just the same bit of code without explanation.
We
But,
also made a beautiful,
very
roadmap.
informative, entertaining, and inspiring. So thank you. $5 donation from Nathan JWTX. So you must get a room, really.
You think he means Nathan Jason Web Tokens? I don't know what the X is about. Maybe it's just to be cool. Because
Jason Web
Tokens.
Jason Web Token expanded extra cross.
Maybe it's marketing.
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
What?
X.
Oh.
Formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love how long they kept doing that. Where it's like X, formerly known as Twitter, so it just became longer than Twitter.
Do you say X? I still say Twitter. I think.
I don't use it.
I know Marnix.
So I don't use it at all.
TX is Texas. Okay.
Ah.
But for example, Marnix always says XD everything app. I'm like, sure, but I just usually call it Twitter.
I just don't use it.
Yeah, I also don't use it, but
I also don't refer to it because I don't care about it.
Marnix, I think, likes his Twitter drama sometimes.
I like it, but I don't like to see it through Twitter.
Yeah, I also don't think
I like drama until I start reading comments and then I get annoyed at people. So I stopped doing that as well. The only choose it recently was Pirate Software. Oh, he fell off.
like, we should just say something like, we should have made a video because it went viral from, I think the guy was named Coding Jesus, reviewing his code.
Yeah.
I saw it was like this would have been so easy to do.
Again,
but it's not the audience you want.
Yeah,
I know,
it's the same as
but it's
Stop
so
Killing Games.
easy to
But yeah,
farm an
it's
audience.
just-
It's so easy to farm an audience then.
Oh, I mean, and the thing is, unironically, the moments like a year ago when they did talked about his like GR message, we all looked at it and went like, okay, that's funny, but it's also really shit.
Yeah, I remember we did bite streams back then, and Marnix and I spoke out about this, and a lot of people, we made even a short about it. There were people who say like, no, Pirate Software says this is bad, this and that, and then they called us out because they thought it was stupid. Boy, how the turntables. We just ignored it. Marnix and I was like together like, what the hell are they talking about? I think it's a good initiative. They're not saying to do stupid things. They want to make a change. And they're not saying you have to open source the code or whatever, but...
Which I also find funny, people are like, oh, but Stop Killing Games, Pirate Software says this. The thing is, Pirate Software was part of a publisher behind a live service game. So we had a vested interest against the initiative, but that never got mentioned.
Yeah.
And that is like, he has a reason for it. And I feel that people didn't know that, and that felt icky as well.
Yeah.
I'm just happy with, I think last I checked we reached 1,400,000 votes on the initiative.
Yeah, it was very high.
So it went past the goal and like above it.
But I mean, if we're talking about this anyway, you know the guy is who hosted it? The guy on YouTube, I forgot his name.
I don't know names either, so.
But whatever, the guy who started the campaign, he's a YouTuber, he made a video, and that's why this got like exploded again, talking about the initiative and why Pirate Software covered it wrongly, and then it basically all exploded. But he's now getting sued, I think, because someone argued that they something about funding.
I love that graph.
Yeah, it says a lot, huh?
It's just like it started, it went up, and then it just kind of flatlined until something just happened and it just jumped.
Yeah, but that's at that point, I
Ross
think...
Scott was the guy.
Yeah, Ross. And he made the video, and then other influencers started picking it up. And because I think what he did really well is he called out the arguments Pirate Software made against stop killing games, and he explained it, I think, in a very clear way that was not like offensive in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think he explained it really well, and then people finally understood, like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what the idea behind the initiative is. So yeah.
It also, I found it funny. I think
Accursed Farms, yeah, that's possible.
I think the funny thing was also like Pirate Software misrepresenting it, like while having the slide open that says like it explicitly is not asking you to do this, and then he says like, oh, but they're asking us to do this, and the slide literally says no. But it's yeah. I'm happy with this. Personally, like
I don't know what's going to happen.
Not
now.
As a Bite Me and not as a Bite Me employee, not as a game dev, but just as a gamer. I think this is good that it's now going to get on table to talk about it, to discuss it, because games should really stop being killed because the dev said, we don't want to support this now. Nobody gets to play this. That feels wrong.
Yeah.
Does that mean games should release as server binaries? No, not at all. I don't think that is the exact opposite. For me, for example, being able to play World of Warcraft without the server components would be acceptable for me. As in, you could not play it with anyone else anymore. But you could still boot it up on your own. Would, for example, be acceptable to me because the game is playable, not to the full extent. But I don't think that should be necessary at all times either.
Yeah. I hope they do something good with this.
Yeah.
I mean, then the European Union, because this is being brought before the European Union. I hope they look at this and give a good response to the direction that, honestly, we hope
benefits everyone.
Yeah. Because for us, for example, if you make a live service game, we're not planning to do that anytime soon. I think there should be an exit strategy.
Yeah. Because people are saying like, but then they're expecting people for devs to redesign their game at the end of the life cycle. No, they're expecting the devs to design that at the start of the life cycle, so that when you make your game, when you pull the plug, the game remains playable in a certain state. And it's not for WoW. It's just, that was my example of like
WoW is
something
an
online
exception, I think.
that you can no longer play with other people, but you can still play locally. For example, the crew.
Yeah, the crew started this.
Yeah, the crew started this. For me, I don't think if they made it so that you could no longer play with friends, but you could still play it alone, I don't think it would have.
Yeah, imagine you have Call of Duty. You have a campaign in Call of Duty and you have multiplayer.
Yeah.
If they took down the servers and multiplayer is no longer playable, so be it. I understand that after X amount of years you can't support it because it's financially not feasible, but let me play the damn campaign at least.
Yeah, and that's, I think, we don't know where it will go. I'm also curious to see where this will go, but
yeah, I think the guy, he handled it really well.
Yeah.
But basically, you should maybe look it up. It's like the guy, he was being like, I don't know if it was sued or under question or whatever, but it basically came to it that there's a lawsuit, I think, against him because he worked too much. Here, the second one maybe. Stop killing games movement mysteriously accused. So basically, I think it's because he did free labor, I think, and I think that's not allowed or something. It was like so stupid. When I read it, I can't explain it properly, but it was. I read it and was like, this sounds like someone just trying to stop or mess with the guy because they don't like where he's going. I mean, they're just stupid.
So yeah, we'll see where it goes. Curious to see, and hey, if that means some games aren't being made anymore, then probably the issue lies with the games already and not with the law.
Also,
because that's one of the things, for example, Belgium. I love that they did the loot boxes. Loot boxes are way more scrutinized here in Belgium than anywhere else.
Yeah, it's illegal.
The issue, it's not illegal. It's just
No, it needs to be disclosed.
Yeah, it needs to be disclosed. And so, for example, CS:GO and such, they still have loot boxes, but they have like extra mechanics here. The issue is we're Belgium. A lot of companies just go, "Oh, the game's not available in Belgium."
Yeah.
Because we're not large enough. The European Union is large enough to say like, maybe we should keep in mind what they want.
Yeah, like especially mobile free-to-play games. I think there are several that are not available here.
Yeah.
Because
The Diablo Immortal is unavailable.
And one of the things Belgium basically requires you is things like, hey, you have to disclose the rates and some other rules. But there are just companies that say we don't want to do this because then we give insights in how horrible our rates actually are. And that's something that they don't vibe with.
I think Dota circumpassed it by giving you an item in Belgium that you can use on the chests, on the loot boxes, and so you can see the next item you will get from it. Guaranteed. It's just like, okay.
But it's still random.
It's still random, but like, if you're going to open the loot box, the next loot box you get, like that item, you know what you're going to get from that loot box. You don't know the one after, but you know the next one guaranteed, so that if you pay, you know what you're paying for.
But can you still buy another one?
After that, you can just buy another one.
After that?
Yeah. After that, another one, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't say, I don't buy this and then get another roll.
No.
Okay.
So it's not 100%, like, it's still a loot box, but
it's still a loot box, but you're locked into first getting this before you can roll again.
Oh yeah, so you also know what you're getting. It's it's not.
I get it.
So it's yeah.
Okay. It's basically a loot box, but you're always delayed or like ahead, however you want to see it, of one. Great. Doesn't China also for it? I have no clue about the Chinese market. I'm sorry, my dude.
The thing is, the EU, they make some hit or miss laws, but I mean, USB-C is now a universal porting, and I don't think people, the ones that complain are like Apple and such, of course. But we'll see how it goes.
USB-C, all the things.
Yup.
Problem is, they will make some nonsense obligation that will mainly hurt small developers. But like what?
It's such an assumption. That's also assuming they will be going with malicious intent. It's not worth it to really.
I hope you're wrong, but like in my brain don't really have a good I don't have in my brain something that they would propose that they think is a solution while actually hurting indies, for example.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Also, it's not just some old guys going like, "Oh, let's do this." This will be a discussion with people from the industry itself. So,
like for example, Unicycle Pizza Time has multiplayer, but first of all, they shouldn't do it retroactively. They should only do it for new games, in my opinion. Second of all,
which by the way would also be the case. Most of the times, last being introduced are never done retroactively.
Yeah, but
unless they're actually harmful, of course.
I just want to clarify that. But if we were to make Unicycle Pizza Time, first of all, we don't have a server. We use peer-to-peer. Okay, we have a dependency on Steam. So what if Steam goes down? Are we then responsible, or is Steam responsible? Even if Steam is not responsible and we could just make the game single player then.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a big problem. If we know that before we release a multiplayer game like Unicycle Pizza Time, I don't see an issue.
They could require a license to distribute multiplayer games or something like that. Well, they could also require you to pay 50,000 to your local government for being able to make a multiplayer game. But it's like, that's such a stake. It's like, sure,
I don't think they will do something.
Yeah,
I don't think they should do. I mean, maybe they do it, but I hope not. The solution to this would not be monetary. I think the solution would be to say things like, make sure that your game does not get killed.
Yeah. So I think it's too early to doomsay, and I also don't think it's correct to really point like, oh, but they will mess it up, because I don't think EU has made some questionable laws. They've done some useless things, but I don't think they've really done any bad things.
Yeah, usually
it's hit or miss, and sometimes the thing is also you can't make a law that will please everyone.
True.
Because it's so yeah.
It would simply increase costs to develop a game.
To develop those games.
Yeah, for live action. Live service.
Live action is all. That's a different cost.
I think you're probably right. If I were to make World of Warcraft 69, for example, yeah, sure. It would probably be more expensive because I have to think about an exit plan. But if you know that up front, I don't I think that's too big of a problem.
So we'll see. Did you see the response by the Video Games Europe lobby group? They're like, there's a lobby group. I don't Video Games Europe.
I thought they were pro publishing, right?
Yeah, they're like the publishers like Video Games Europe stop killing games. They gave an where is it? Why providing continued support to work all games? Their stand on it is basically here. We appreciate the passion, however, the decision to continue is like private service not always a viable. So basically like don't do this law. It's not great and such. The funny thing is just when you go look at that board, just Warner Bros. Games, Roblox, Epic Games, Electronic Arts, Activision, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, Take-Two, Ubisoft, Bandai, Square Enix.
You should show it on the screen, by the way.
I should. And it's like, these are the guys like, oh, don't do this initiative because think of the poor guy.
Yeah.
Most of them are not even European.
But I also think we shouldn't expect developers to necessarily have to make private servers, like someone said in chat, always a solution. I think it should just be playable in some form on its own. If you have a single player aspect to your game, the single player aspect should always remain playable, even without servers.
Yeah.
If there's a multiplayer game, I think it's fine to say you as a developer can have the goodwill to give it to the community, or you can scrap it, but the single player part remains. And if you have an online only game, then I would assume that you can still play it in some extent in single player. But
which another thing, an issue. The thing is with making like an online only game as such, I do not believe you do not have a way to test it locally and things like that. If you're making a game like that, there's no way you can only test it on an online server. Usually you'll have some way to test it as well. So it's not like there's a lot of unknowns. We don't know where it'll go. I'm curious to see where it'll go, but it's
luckily we're not getting paid to fix this.
No, way above our pay grade.
Some people in the European Union get paid big amounts of money to think about this.
So it's
But you miss the good old days with physical media and nicely printed manual.
I don't.
You're a boomer, but I totally agree.
I kept losing the boxes. I did like the nice. I did like the manuals and such because when we went to buy the game in store and such, and then it's like in the car ride home, open it and like read through it 5 times, and then
like when I was a kid, the first console I owned was a Nintendo DS, a handheld, and like I remember like going back in the car from the Game Mania. It's the Dutch or Belgium GameStop basically. I was like reading through the manuals, like, oh, you can do this in this game, so cool. And you get home, you play it, awesome. Yeah, there's a whole generation of people who will never experience that.
Nothing. Or you get a fold-out map, Skyrim. I don't know where it is, but I have the Skyrim map.
Like games like was it like Dragon Age Origins that like lore things and so it, like in the like books to like read through it as well. It was like so cool.
Yeah, for me, technically, is the Amiga a console?
Sure,
we'll have to talk about that one first. But if you ignore the Amiga, the first game console, I think would be for me the PlayStation 2. And I still have a fond memory of my godfather taking me to the Fun. I think it was the Fun.
Yeah, it's a wing.
Yeah,
Winkle.
Yeah, it's a Winkle. And I went there, and he was basically like, I don't know anything about games. Just grab a game. And I bought a game, got some bubblegum as well with like Spider-Man stickers. And I put the Spider-Man stickers on the game cover. So they're still on the game cover. It's like Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, 2005. I played that game so much. It was so great. Yeah. The Amiga was originally designed to be a console. Voilà. So technically my first console is an Amiga, on which I played Super Frog. And then the first time I started working, like when I started working at For Each, before they went thing and such, there was a barbecue and it was like, oh yeah, at the table it's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I even played on an Amiga and people on my table were like, What are you talking about? It's just like, no, come on, guys.
What is that?
Don't do that line to me. I just instantly aged. Yeah. Well, the thing Sub-Zero Black is many of those companies state that they do not support a statement from VGA. So the thing is, it's very easy to say that also. So it's like, we'll see. But I just find it funny that, like, oh, think of the little guy, like, think of this and such. And then it's just like all of the big ones. But yeah. I miss nostalgic games. I want I miss like some old games. Just like it was a simpler time.
So yeah, I mean, it's for sure was a simpler time, but I don't know, like modern gaming. Let's not get started, you know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, to be fair, there's still good games out here. Like people are saying, like there's no more good games and such are also
yeah, I think
full of it. But it's like
yeah,
the thing is also earlier there were less games.
Yeah.
And it's also there
are more bad games, but I think the amount of good games are the same.
Yeah. It's also social media is kind of a thing where it's like it also impacts everything.
Yeah. People don't think for their own anymore.
Yeah.
Some people hear someone doesn't like the game or it's bad, and then they just say it's bad.
And then they take that as their personality kind of thing, which is again why I stopped with social media. Because I got so pissy at people thinking it.
How old are you guys and bite me?
Oh, ancient. I'm thinking.
I know how old you are.
I'm 27.
I'm 26.
And Marnix is a child.
24?
A child, as I said.
24, I think. And we all have our birthday in less than 2 months.
Yep. Sorry, I had to think. Yeah, no, actually. Sorry, mine. Well, and you know what I'm going to be doing with my birthday? I'm going to order out Chinese takeaway and then eat that for 5 days. As you do.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah. Oh, 1998, 1997, you mean? Those were the good days.
Yeah, we still have to have our
I
birthday.
don't remember anything from that.
98, that's me. 97.
Pre-2000.
Marnix is 2000. Jamie is 99.
Pre-2000. No. There's a fun site, actually. I don't know if... How good would you do at that site?
Do I even want to know?
Guess that game.
Oh no, bruh.
How good will you be at this?
I would suck at this.
Well, can you guess the game?
No. Skip. Do you know?
No, there's way too little information. I don't know. It's a Metacritic score 71%.
It just gives you more and more info.
Yeah, you get up to 6 info.
Oh, this is
bits.
No, I still don't know.
Okay, no.
Why it's so small?
Original PS4. It's not even an old one.
PS5 as well.
I don't actually. Yeah, it's too recent for me actually. Oh, is this just like one of those samurai games?
Ghost of Tsushima or? Nope.
Oh, it is a real game.
Flying Wild Hog has developed it.
Oh no, better Trek to Yomi.
I've never heard of this.
Me neither.
Oh.
No, there's like a lot of one.
Oh, it's every day.
And I got quite a lot of them right actually.
Damn.
So it's like Crash Team Racing is like some classic ones I actually knew, and somewhere it's like I never played those, but even then like I recognize Final Fantasy.
Damn.
And it's like you this looks like World of Warcraft. Might not be, but let's. I'm just getting distracted now. I continued past LinkedIn actually. Okay.
Big huge games. I've never seen this game.
Yeah, me neither. It's like it looks like an old one.
Yeah, it's like PS3 or PS4 era, I think.
Yeah.
Probably PS3, like Xbox PS3.
No? Oh, Kingdoms of Amalur! I should have recognized that one. I haven't played it, but
I've also not played it.
But yeah, sorry, I just find it a fun site. Especially looking at some games where I'm like, oh yeah, I recognize that, and manage to get the game, and it's like, Thomas and Marnix would have never gotten close to this.
I would probably fail almost every
Yeah.
day. Oh, it's League. I know that one.
Yeah, it's League. But basically, just is this League? Yes or no? No. Okay, well.
Or The
That's
Witcher, or
brilliant.
Skyrim,
True. Or Dragon Age.
or Dragon Age.
See, you got a few
Claire
games.
Obscure, I would also recognize.
No, still
Persona.
got around to playing. Is it good?
Persona.
Claire Obscure.
Yes, I didn't play a lot of it. I loved all of it every second I played, but then it was like, I should probably work, and I went back to the grind.
Oh.
But I played like 10 hours or so, maybe less, maybe 5. I don't know. But
Can I put you into under scrutiny?
Yeah, don't show it on stream, but you can look at if you find me. But I did look at a complete playthrough because I really.
Oh, your
wanted
games
to
are
see.
private.
Never mind. Hey, a late stream. You're exactly right, and you're probably also late for this stream because it probably won't be super long anymore.
Nope, we're just talking till we lose that. We're literally talking on the last stretches here. But yeah, no, I still need to. I know I bought Persona for like, I think the first time we went to Japan. I don't know which one I bought.
I played 4 and 5. Hey, I played an old game, Persona 4.
Persona.
4 gold.
4 golden
And 5 royal.
And 5.
Ah, both are great. I played both.
Yeah.
Both are really good.
I have 5 minutes of playtime with Persona 5 Royal because I booted
up
it.
the game. Yeah.
Yup.
When is Bite Me gonna make a MOBA?
Never.
Well, never say never, but probably not
never.
anytime soon.
It will also be an issue if we both had to work in it, because we have such different design principles on MOBAs. Because I'm Dota and you're League, and they are
You
very
also
different.
played League.
Yes, and I would still prefer Dota. Dota is I enjoy Dota a lot more.
I also played Dota.
Yes.
1 or 2 games with you.
Exactly.
League,
I still prefer
League
Dota
is
more.
better.
And that's like
Arena.
that's the difference as well in how we say it. I say I prefer Dota more, and you say League is better.
Yeah. Like,
so,
like for me, it's really simple. Does Dota have an arena mode? No. League is better.
probably there is. No, actually there is.
Really?
Yeah, there's custom game modes.
Oh, but custom, yeah, it's not the same.
Oh, Arena is a custom game mode.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an official game mode by League. It's not a mod.
Yeah, and?
Yeah, I think that's the difference.
No.
But Arena is back for the entire
But that's
year, by the
actually-
way. If
that's
you want to come
also,
back to
you
the
know,
dark side, it's so good.
There's actually also Dota Overthrow, which is just like, I think it's a 10v10. It's just, boomer shooter win.
Probably sooner than a MOBA.
Yeah, more likely. The issue is that's something that Marnix would have to design, because I have played boomer shooters, but I don't know the design principles behind them.
I think I played a boomer shooter from someone in the audience once on one of the demo review thingies, and I think I got like, I think I literally left with a headache because it was not that good. Well, it's not. I say not that good, but not my type.
This is a boomer shooter, right? You shoot boomers.
It's beautiful.
Have you ever played Left 4 Dead?
No.
Oh, of course you haven't.
But I think I have it because I didn't.
It's Valve. It's a Valve game, so it's a high chance they gave it away or something. Or really cheap.
What was the game we played for like a little bit?
No, that's Dead Island.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, that one's.
Yeah,
a lot worse.
The one that made me motion sick.
Yeah. I think you just have a lot of issue with first person.
But you say that, but on the other hand, I play Skyrim and so first person. And no issues. And I play VR, no issues.
Yeah, but still, like Skyrim is also, you're still, Skyrim is also not a standard first person game. It's a lot more floaty.
Yeah,
not floaty, but it's, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how to explain it, but like some give me motion sickness. Like not a lot, but some. Because for example, I think when I first played Overtime Anomaly, I was like, will you please make a setting so I can disable the bomb? Because it just, I have to start puking.
Smoothing and such.
And he was like, okay then.
Yeah. Which, I mean, when
It's good feedback.
when it started about Age of Role for like first person and such, that was actually one of my biggest worries.
Am I going to get sick?
If you were able to make a game that you wouldn't vomit from, because it's like it was an arcade action game, so the idea is to move a lot like quickly around and such. You were struggling with playing slowly walking through an office, and then you went to make something first person and go around quicker.
That's fair.
That was like my biggest worry. So the moment you said like, oh, we're going to go third person, it's like, okay, no, it's good, it's good. But yeah, can you turn on the light quickly? It's starting,
Just for you.
The light is just brightening.
It's still quite bright outside though.
Yeah, I could also open the
It's fine.
blinds, but
I assume we're going to start wrapping up slowly anyway, so maybe using the camera with springs like the Edith Finch instead of rocket.
No, on contrary, because the spring, I don't know the spring system, but we use smoothing and such, so it's not just raw input. There was smoothing and such for Overtime Anomaly, and that was what put him off.
Yeah, because I remember you added the setting, I disabled it, and then I could play it pretty alright.
Yeah. So on contrary, you want something that doesn't do.
I want it tight.
You want basically your raw input. You move your mouse left, you move left, and it's no smoothing, no anything, no special handling.
Yeah. I like it tight. Don't you like it tight?
What are we talking about? But yeah, feel free to share it in our Discord. Yeah. Are you just cursing now, or just put 3 asterisks by accident?
I think that's a link, but I think links just get blocked.
Well, yeah, but normally it's just like, oh, has blocked this link, but apparently it didn't. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think we can just wrap it up. And
are you going to wrap it up? Are you going to do some cool call to actions? Going to show up your influencer skills?
Wait, I need to point. There's a donation goal up here. That if this get full in I think a month or I think
it's in September.
Yeah, so in a month and a half, if this gets full, then we can send a lost soul for a good.
You know the older white shirt guy, because I now realize I'm wearing just a white shirt. Like I'm stealing Marnix's brand. You know the other white shirt guy who's like always being really mean to you guys in chat. Well, imagine he goes to Tokyo and he just gets beaten up. Well, not physically, of course, but he just sees a lot of good games, basically. That's what you can make sure happens. So just make sure he can take the train, go to Tokyo Game Show, give you some real cool coverage from there.
And then you'll get a bet stream live from Tokyo.
Yep. Like the OG. The OG Bite Me viewers know the bet streams are the S tier streams. No matter what other streams we do, nothing compares. Like we will do a Gamescom stream, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. I don't know how to explain it. It's magical. Especially if you add some booze.
What?
Booze with a Z. B-O-O-Z.
Sorry, I was kind of stoned out. I didn't really listen to what you were saying.
Is a Patreon subs count for Tokyo goal? I'm sorry, it does not.
Nope.
I think it's just.
I think this is just a donation goal.
Yeah, I think it's Ko-fi, but I do think we should
Ko-fi
probably.
And Twitch. Oh, that means on Twitch.
No, the super chat on YouTube. You mean? Usually, I think we usually update it though. So I think.
Twitch Prime.
No, Twitch Prime does not count. I think, for example, we had super chats earlier. I think we can add those to the donation goal as well. That's fine. But the Patreons do not count, sadly. But that doesn't mean you can't support
Patreon. You do not take that as in, oh, we shouldn't do Patreon. No, Patreon is fine.
Patreon on its own is so like triple S tier already.
Yeah.
It's a lot of value. We're now shilling a bit too much. So, guys, thank you.
Too much chilling.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for joining us.
This was William. You probably see him.
I'm no longer William now.
Yeah, you will probably see him again sometime soon. Next time you see me.
The next time I manage to.
No, it's probably on Gamescom.
Yeah, which is only like a month away. Yeah. So before that,
next time you see me, it's probably in a month. But I actually have some ideas of maybe for couple of videos. So maybe you even might see one of the YouTubes. Who knows?
Or if people can come up with more ideas, like stream suggestions.
Yeah.
And then like, I like dual streaming. It is fun.
You just like my company.
Yeah, that too. But
yeah, I'm like, you remember the nice multipliers we showed?
yeah,
I'm a very big multiplier. That's all.
Yup.
There we go. Enough
Also,
ego stroking.
I also probably would have been able to do more about like talking about actual code if it was like not for this. But
I think
hey,
I think I have
some...
a track record. Like I remember when I did the solo
some...
streams, I was like, I'm going to cover this with chat, and I do it for 5 minutes, and in the next 3 hours, I'm talking about something else.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, we were wrapping up. Enough yapping, guys. Very much. Thanks for watching. William, you have to press the button in a bit. Don't forget, because I don't want it to be awkward where I.
Now I just click it already.
No, wait. You have to do it when I finish my sentence. You know.
Okay.
Okay. Time it well. So, what's up? I don't know. That's hello. No, I need to say bye. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.
Bye. And now I just awkwardly keep it open. Oh, it's like another pop-up.
It's still stopping, you know.